Seniors. Our first senior is Isaac Ballard. He is the son of Joni and Nick Ballard of Slater. His future plans are undecided at this time. Next we have Landon Carson. He is the son of Heather Medler and Lance Carson of Huxley. Landon plans to enter the diesel technology program at Hawkeye Community College and then study business at an undecided school. Ryan Cleverly is the son of Stacy and Bill Cleverly of Slater. He will be attending Iowa State after high school. Coy Dietrich is the son of Kara and Wes Dietrich of Huxley. Coy is planning to further his education at an undecided college. Jackson Fleischman is the son of Shelley and Aaron Fleischman of Huxley. Jackson's future plans include studying to become an engineer at either Missouri or Iowa State. Tyler Gross is the son of Stacy Sizer and Mike Gross of Maxwell. Tyler plans to pursue a trade school after high school. Daniel Hyman is the son of Jen and David Hyman of Huxley. Daniel will be attending DMAC after high school. Ethan Johnson is the son of Lisa and Tony Johnson of Slater. His future plans are currently undecided at this time. Braden Kruger is the son of Heather and Michael Kruger of Huxley. Braden's future plans are also undecided at this time. Chance Landy is the son of Carrie and Jason Landy of Slater. Currently, Chance has absolutely no solid plans of what he's doing after high school. Gabe Metham is the son of Deanne and Thor Metham of Huxley. His future plans include attending DMAC to study business. Our next senior is Jack Nelson. He's the son of Kira and Rob Nelson of Cambridge. Jack's plans are to enlist in the military after high school and hopefully pursue a career in the Special Forces. Isaac Powers is the son of Stacy and Brad Powers of Huxley. His future plans are to attend a trade school and specialize in either welding or a journeyman lineman. Eli Rouse is the son of Kim and Matt Rouse of Madrid. Eli's future plans are completely undecided at this time of his life. Brady Sampson is the son of Jennifer and Scott Sampson of Maxwell. He is still deciding what his future plans will entail. Caleb Sparks is the son of Kate Sparks, Bill Hartfield, and Chris and Haley Sparks of Huxley. Skippy's future plans are undecided at this time. Logan Stagg is the son of Megan and Josh Stagg of Cambridge. After high school, Logan will be attending a trade school for carpentry. Cole Swan is the son of Heather and Mark Swan of Huxley. Cole plans to attend DMAC to study business after high school. Bo Ward is the son of Jamie and Dan Ward of Slater and formerly of Cambridge. Bo plans to major in environmental studies, specifically wildlife and fisheries biology. And our final football senior is Alec Whiting. He's the son of Janelle and Charles Whiting of Slater. Alec plans to attend college after high school, but has not made a decision where he will attend. Ladies and gentlemen, your Ballard football seniors. And at this time, we will now honor our cheerleading seniors. First one is Eris Boniface. She's the daughter of Robin and Jeremy Boniface of Cambridge. Eris plans to pursue a degree in technology or aerospace engineering. Desiree Cochran is the daughter of Jamie and Jesse Cochran of Slater. She plans to attend DMAC with an emphasis on real estate. Our next senior is Aubrey Estrom. She's the daughter of April and Kurt Estrom of Kelly. After graduation, Aubrey plans to attend DMAC and then transfer to Iowa State to study elementary education. London Jones is the daughter of Tricia Simcox and Luke Jones of Huxley. London's future plans include attending Iowa Central for cheerleading and to study business. She then plans to move to Florida for more schooling and eventually wants to own her own business. And our final senior cheerleader is Ainsley Yupa. She's the daughter of Christy and Mike Yupa of Huxley. Ainsley plans to attend Iowa State University to study architecture. Ladies and gentlemen, your cheerleading seniors. And lastly, we will be honoring our cross-country seniors. First senior is Benjamin Byer. He is the son of Carrie and Jason Byer of Huxley. Benjamin's future plans include attending DMAC, where he will major in video production. Next is Joseph Hansen. Joseph is the son of Yvette and Tim Hansen of Huxley. Joseph plans to attend DMAC next fall for business management. Bradley Sage is the son of Jessica and Joe Sage of Huxley. Bradley will be attending Iowa State to major in finance. Our next senior is Katie Tollefson. Katie is the daughter of Sue and Steve Tollefson of Cambridge. She will be attending Iowa State after high school. Her major is currently undecided at this time. Our next cross-country senior is Ava Vance. Ava is the daughter of Kate and Nick Simmons of Huxley. Ava plans to pursue her education by studying chemistry or biochemistry while also running cross-country. And our final cross-country senior is Jameson Witt. Jameson is the son of Becky and Ryan Witt of Ames. Jameson will be attending Iowa State University after high school. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great group of seniors here who represent Ballard proudly. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
Smith. I'm also the owner-operator of the Chick-fil-A in Ames. My team and I here at Chick-fil-A have been serving Ames and the surrounding communities since 2015. We're a team of people who work together to accomplish our restaurant's vision, which is to provide remarkable food and genuine hospitality. What I love about Chick-fil-A, other than our great chicken
And now, to welcome our guests from Humboldt, we present you with your school song.
Boy, I bet that game last year was rainy and brutal up here. Yes.
Just, I should be able to hear you.
the scoreboard,
Ready?
Humboldt Wildcats, and the home team, your Ballard Bombers. We welcome tonight's officials, and we thank you for the work you're doing. Your officials are Chris Short.
Ready when you are. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Good. Do I sound great?
Yeah.
Do I sound better than I look?
Well, we're live, so.
We're live.
Yeah,
Okay.
we are
well,
live.
I guess we're going to find out right now, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Rich Strauss Field, the home of the Ballard Bombers, for the home opener for the Ballard Bombers versus the Humboldt Wildcats. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Brock Bierman, alongside my co-host, Tim Davis. How are we feeling tonight, TD?
I'll tell you what, Brock, it's a beautiful evening here in Huxley, Iowa. We got a nice little breeze up here, way up top, and it is a great night for a Bomber win.
I mean, it's Friday night. It's September. It means only one thing. Friday night lights. Bombers are here, coming off of a win against Pella. Huge win on the road to start the season. What did you see in the first game that stuck out to you for this Bomber team?
You know, like you said, big win on the road to go down and beat a team like Pella. They've been down the last couple of years, but traditionally, culture-wise, they've been a great program. First half, we were a little sluggish on the offensive side of the ball. Our defense kept us in the game. In that first half. We had a couple of mishaps, I guess you could say, with special teams. But again, our defense kept us in the game, and then we made enough plays on the offensive side of the ball. With Eli Rouse, Mason Gatchell made some nice plays at quarterback, and then we just held on there at the end and got a nice win down there on the road against Pella.
Humboldt Wildcats also coming off of a win against Spencer last week, where they only gave up 3 points on the defensive side of the ball. So you know this defensive team is going to be wanting to stop the Bomber offense. But at the same time, the Bombers have a great defense as well. I mean, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be an old school nose to the ground running attack for both teams.
Absolutely, Brock. You mentioned it earlier. It's kind of going to be an old school kind of a dogfight, maybe the battle won in the trenches. Both teams want to run the football. They want to establish the line of scrimmage. So offensive and defensive line play is going to be huge for both teams. And you talk about a program that's got good culture. The Humboldt Wildcats, they've been to the Dome the last couple of years. We gave them a good game last year. I think it was our homecoming game last year. We hung around a little bit. We kind of went through some injuries. But, you know, our guys to get a win that first week and to gain some confidence, we've got a lot of guys on this roster that are in positions they maybe haven't played, and they're seeing some varsity minutes. But like you said, to go back to it, it's going to be one up front on both sides of the ball. Both teams are going to want to establish that line of scrimmage and see what they can get done here. And it's going to start early from the opening whistle. And I think we're going to see some flying around, flying to the football on the defensive side. As you said, they only gave up 3 points. Our defense, I don't think we gave up 200 yards total offense last week as far as that goes. And so you're gonna see some smash mouth football.
For sure, and really, you look at it, a lot of what Pella was able to do against this Bomber defense was set up by unforced errors really on special teams. We had a couple turnovers on that end. And you can make the argument that if those turnovers or those mistakes didn't happen, Bombers would have given up less points on the defensive side of the ball.
Yep. 100%. And that's why I said I think game plan wise for the Bombers, I haven't talked with the coaches. I talked a little bit with some of the position guys on Tuesday, or I guess on Thursday night. Last night they were having a team meal in the cafeteria there at the high school, and they just said, you know, it's if we can hang around and make just enough plays to win, we kind of want to muddy it up a little bit. And I don't want to put anybody on blast or anything here, but a little bit like how the Iowa Hawkeyes play football. For those guys, all the Iowa fans out there that are getting geared up for the game tomorrow against Utah State, defense, and sprinkling a couple of offensive plays, get points on the board. Good things happen for you, and it's a winning formula. But we'd like to see, I guess I would like to see our offense come out right away and establish that line of scrimmage, and then maybe take a few shots down the field with Gatchell.
For sure, and I mean, you mentioned Mason Gatchell getting put in at the starting quarterback position this year for the Ballard Bombers. Kind of questions heading into the year of who was going to be that guy. I know we had some players go down with injuries on other sports, but Mason's the guy. Started out a little shaky in the first game, but you know what? That's what you get when it's a new quarterback, never been able to throw in a live varsity game. But the second half he started coming in his own, and I'm excited to see what he looked like in his second game.
Absolutely. You know, it's the old adage. It was kind of baptism by fire for Mason. You know, coming into this year thinking he's going to play wide receiver. He's done a nice job with conditioning, acceleration stuff, getting his body in shape. The mental psyche for Mason is something, being a golfer, he's got that in there. But when you're facing live bullets in a varsity game the first time, you're going to be a little skittish. You're not going to really have that great feel for it. We saw it in the first half of that game against Pella. Mason was throwing off his back foot a little bit, wasn't very comfortable. In that second half, he put his foot in the ground and let it go. Threw a nice ball to Rouse on the little option route down the middle of the field for the touchdown. Those are confidence boosters. So for Mason, having that first game under his belt, getting a win, that's only good stuff for the Bombers as we move forward.
We're getting ready here for kickoff shortly. Bombers and Wildcats, both teams undefeated. Last year the Wildcats were able to walk into Rich Strauss Field and win on the Bombers homecoming night 26-14. We'll see if the Bombers walk in with a little chip on their shoulder wanting to get revenge for that game. I mean, the Wildcats have had the Bombers number the last couple matchups. Even 2 years ago, it was a 40-0 win for the Wildcats. Yeah. So the Bombers wanting to get back in the win column in this series. They do hold the series record 3-2. So it's been close overall when you look at the record-wise, but the Wildcats last couple years have had their number against the Bombers.
Yeah, they've had the upper hand, and Brock, I'll tell you what, there's nothing better than this right now on a Friday night. You can smell the grill cooking over there. A lot of red, a lot of blue in the stands. What a beautiful evening here. And you can't ask for anything more.
It's going to be a great night of football.
The first day of September, and here we are. And I got to give my brother a shout-out. It's his birthday today. He's much older than I am, but it is his birthday, so happy birthday to my brother Brian up there in South Dakota. He's definitely probably not watching or listening, but he should be. But anyway, man, I got goosebumps. Here we are, and we're ready to get this thing started. Looks like Jude Gibson's back there to receive the kick, and Chance Landy. So we got some speed back there on the kickoff return, guys. See if we can't get something rolling right away.
Gustafson for the Wildcats will kick it off here to open up this game. Bombers will get the ball. Looks like Gibson will pick it up off the kick around the 5-yard line, and he's got a lane. He goes to the right side. He's going to take it past the 50 to the 40 to the 30. Gibson says, "How do you do?" and takes it to the house in the first play of the game.
To the house, Brock, but we've got laundry on the field. We've got laundry on the field here on the Bomber sideline, and I didn't see it. I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's going to be against the Bombers. It's a sideline warning, so that's just a warning, which the touchdown should stand here.
So
for
the
Bombers.
sophomore takes it all the way, almost 95 yards by himself on the opening kickoff. What a way to start for the Ballard Bombers.
Brock, you heard me say this last year during the basketball season, but in the words of the Beatles, hey Jude, how are you doing? That was to the house for 6, and that was really well set up, the blocking there. Special teams coach, kudos to that guy, because there was a lane there for Gibson. He didn't even get touched.
The PAT attempt will find a way over the crossbar, and good. So the Bombers.
That's the first PAT of the year for the Bombers.
First PAT by number 31, Roman Culberson. And what a start. You can't ask for much more.
Wow, holy smokes. It was like Jude was shot out of a cannon. He's found that crease, and he was down the sideline, and it was all over after that. But
you mentioned speed.
Yeah, we got it back there. Those two guys can run, Landy and Gibson. It'll be interesting to see now going forward if they kick it to us, because that'll put a little hurt on them right away. And, hey, we talked about putting points on the board. We talked about the offense, but we'll take special teams touchdowns all day long. We couldn't even get the fairway red zone in there. He ran right through the red zone and right into the end zone.
That was electric start for the Ballard Bombers. I was worried that I was getting all hyped up and energized, and you were like, there's a hanky on the field.
There
and I was like, oh no.
There was laundry, but we picked it up.
So 7-0 is your score. Not even 15 seconds have gone off this clock.
Tell you what. That tells you how fast Jude Gibson just ran 95 yards. That's a lot faster than I can run 95 yards, Brock.
I'd still be at the same yard line.
I'd have pulled a hammy about the 45, and the trainers would have made their money there. I could tell you that. I think I might have pulled my hammy watching him run that far.
I got tired watching. We got
Well,
the
here we go.
defensive lineman, Henry Christensen, looking to kick off for the Bombers.
Big Henry Christensen, state runner-up wrestler last year.
Does a little bit of everything for this Ballard football team as he kicks it off, and this is a good kick right there. Caught around the 10-yard line. Wildcats will look to make something of their own, but instead he is met right away by a swarm of Bombers. Rec Hedrick, you'll hear his name a lot on both ends of the field, makes the tackle for the Ballard Bombers. Wildcats will start off with the ball here around the 29-yard line.
29-yard line. Yeah, that was a nice little return, but nice tackle there by Hedrick. You said it best. You're going to hear Rhett Hedrick's name a lot. He spent a lot of time in the weight room this offseason, making himself stronger, more explosive. He had a nice game last week on the offensive side of the ball, but I believe he had 10 or 11 tackles, 9 solo last week in the Pella game, so there's already one for Rhett.
So Wildcats come out here with their offense. They do run a lot with their quarterback, Matson. He had over 100 yards last week. We'll see what he does here on the first play.
11 personnel slinging it to left. He slings it out there.
Little screen pass. It is caught, and a good gain for the Wildcats. It's caught by number 22, Detman, who is their leading receiver, tackled by Caleb Sparks. I mean, Detman is, if they're going to throw the ball, you're going to hear that name a lot. 4 receptions for 45 yards, which is also the total amount of passing yards they had last week as an offense.
So they come out in this trip set, a little 11 personnel, and it's almost a tray. And there's a little counter play. They got the guard and the tackle pulling.
Matson's got a side lane on the left side, able to get the first down before being tackled by Caleb Sparks.
Sparks again.
Able to get the
5
first
yards.
down. Gain of 5. So first down for the Wildcats. You're going to see a lot of Matson just taking the snap and running the ball. Had over 100 yards, like we mentioned, last week in their win against Spencer.
Humboldt kind of goes with that no huddle, a little bit of tempo, but just getting everything from the sideline, getting them set, and they want to play with some.
Matson
big pressure.
looks to throw. It looks like it's overthrown. It is. Vitsum with the coverage, but it goes incomplete as it was overthrown.
That's good pressure there by 65. Landon Carson, the senior for the Bombers, he got right through there.
Bombers
Matson threw it
last
off his
week.
back foot. Go
Bombers
ahead, Rob.
last week showed a lot of pressure against the Pellet offensive line. Hopefully, it's a similar thing tonight. Early on, they're showing that they're going to be able to pressure again.
Bombers run this kind of 3-4 look with those walk-up linebackers, and the two guys on the outside are really good.
Waka with the tackle. I think it was Peterson with the carry, his first carry of the game.
Just a short gain there, just a gain about a half a yard. You're going to hear Waka's name quite a bit, I think. And now we got him in 3rd and long. This is where you want him if you're the Bombers right now. 3rd and long on their side of the field. We get off the field here on 3rd down and get the offense on the field.
So 3rd down and 9. Matson takes the snap.
Bombers bring pressure.
Looking to run, but the pocket breaks down, and he is taken down for the sack.
That's Sampson, it looked like, in 55, Jack Nelson. Nelson shot through there on the pressure, and Sampson cleaned him up. So nice play there.
The quick start for the Bombers on both ends. Actually, we haven't even seen the offense take a snap.
We have not yet. Jackson Fleischman will be back there to receive this punt.
Rubel, the punter for the Wildcats, gets it off.
A little Vegas punt action, rolled it out.
And Fleischman will just let it roll, and it'll be stopped around the 30-yard line. The Bombers offense will take the field for the first time tonight, and we'll see Eli Rouse and Mason Gatch will take over the offense for the Bombers.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brock, you couldn't ask for a better start. If you were going to pencil it out for the Bombers, you get a special teams touchdown, where that was our snafu last week, giving up some special teams plays. Then we go give up a first down, then we go 3 and out, force the punt. We got good field position here.
So they'll hand it off to Rouse on the first play. He runs to the right side, trying to follow his blockers and create something out of nothing. Able to pick up around 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 7. Brody Hendricks with
That's
the
a
tackle.
freshman there for Humboldt with that tackle. 61, Brody Hendricks. That'll be a number and a name to keep an eye on going forward. Humboldt with that three-man front. Similar to what the Bombers run, they get those walk-up linebackers out there. Bring pressure from a lot of angles.
So they'll hand it to Rouse. He runs to the left side this time, able to pick up 3 yards as well before being tackled by Grote.
25, Keegan Grote with the tackle there. That's a good hard run. Now we got about 3rd and 4 here. One thing about Rouse is he runs hard, and when Hedrick's in the game, he does the same, and it looks like Hedrick's bringing the play in now. Gonna run with a 2-back set here. Bombers out of that pistol formation.
So 3rd down and 4. Bombers need to pick up a 1st down here. They'll fake the handoff. Gatchel looking to throw, finds Gibson wide open, looking to break a tackle, but he's brought down, but he's able to pick up the 1st down. Gibson was wide open before he was tackled by Mason Brown.
I'll tell you what, that's a really well-designed play and a great play call to get Mason out in space. We had that counter action going away, rolled him out. Gibson standing out here on an island by himself, picks up a nice 15-yard gain there. 1st down, Bombers.
So after the play with the pass to Gibson, Bombers have a 1st down.
That trip's open here.
Looking to throw again. Gatchel fires a long ball deep, and a battle for the ball. It looks like it's intercepted.
Off.
It is. That's Carson Sleater with the INT for the Wildcats.
Wow. That was just, that was kind of bad luck, but I think we had 2 guys open, and it was 2-on-1, and their guy went up and got the football. You got to fight for that out there. I like how Mason stood in there and threw it off just stood in there and slung it down the field, but sometimes that happens. But boy, we were on a drive there. That's all right. Flip the field on him here. Bombers defense back out there, but you got to go up and fight for that football if you're the Bombers wide receivers there. That was 1-on-2, and we had 2 Bombers and 1 Wildcat. We got to come down with that football.
So 1st down, ball on the 10 for the Wildcats. Madsen hands it off to Peterson. He runs to the left side. Line breaks down quickly. Gain of 1. Tucker Vitson with the tackle.
Vitson, and it looked like Fleischman might have came in there and cleaned it up a little bit, just a short gain. Right now we're getting decent penetration from our defensive linemen, like we talked about in the pregame, controlling the line of scrimmage on both ways. Right now it's in the Bombers' favor early here in the 1st quarter. About 6:50 left to go. I will tell you this, Brock, beautiful sunset behind us up here in the Crow's Nest.
Nothing better than an Iowa sunset. Madsen looks to throw. He scrambles and he's brought down by the Bomber defense. That is Jackson Walker, like you mentioned. We're going to hear that name a lot tonight, the junior with the sack.
Jackson Waka Waka Waka. I feel like is that a Sesame Street reference or a Muppets? That's a Waka for you there. I don't know. You're going to hear his name a lot, though.
Yes. We're already referencing Sesame Street and Muppets.
You're welcome. This is a family-friendly show, Brock.
So 3rd down and 10 after the tackle for loss from Waka. Madsen and the Wildcat offense looking to pick up the 1st down, but the Bombers are looking to get their offense back on the field after the turnover.
Got him at 3rd and long. Ball's on the turf. Picks it up. Bounces to him.
And met right away. Gain of loss of 1.
Loss of 1. That was Hedrick.
Bombers led by number 5, Hedrick.
And Hedrick was the leader of the pack there, but that ball bounced off the turf right to him. It was almost like he was on the basketball court.
Detman was the one that was supposed to carry the ball, lost it at first, and then Bomber defense was able to basically tackle him for a loss.
Hey, another great sequence there for the Bombers defense. We talked about it. It's holding true right now. We flipped the field. Now we'll see if we can get good field position, see if Jackson catches this one in the air. You never know what happens.
Would love a punt return from Fleischman here. As he lets it bounce, I'm not sure if he touched it. I don't think it touched him.
It did not touch him.
So it will be Bombers ball around the 44-yard line.
It'll be Bombers ball. We're talking to our guys up here, and we might have caught a break there. We might have caught a break.
And Executive Director Dan Ingsler is showing us the sunset in Iowa right here.
I'll tell you what, those are what dreams are made of. If you build it, they will come. Here we are.
As the camera slowly falls down.
Well, it's a setting sun.
Oh, I love it.
It's a
I love
setting
it.
sun.
Hey, he's the executive director
Executive
for a
producer
reason.
Arnie Harris Jr. over here, I feel like.
He's the reason he's doing it, I'm not. Gibson in motion. They'll give it to him. He runs to the right side. He's got a little bit of space, but only able to pick up 1 yard.
1 yard there. Looks like
Tackled
Jude could
by Slider. I think Slider is how you pronounce it. I pronounced it Sleater early on. Apologize if I butchered that name.
all you Humboldt folks up there, we're learning as we go. But it looked like Jude had a crease, could have cut it up, tried to get the edge, couldn't get there. But you know what? Look for that same design on that jet sweep with the fake to set something up, because we got to make them honor the edge with Gibson's speed, and it's going to open something up in the middle for Hedrick or Rouse. That's the one thing about calling plays in football. If it doesn't work that, it's setting it up for the next one and the one after that. Two-back
After that
set.
short gain, they hand it to Rouse. He just trucks his way up the middle for a gain of 2 before being tackled.
Siler Brown. Siler Brown. That's got, it kind of looks like Sawyer Brown.
Sawyer
The
Brown.
country band, you ever heard?
I don't listen to
Here
country.
comes Pride on the backstretch. Heartaches moving to the inside. Sawyer Brown.
You're going to have to educate me on country.
Oh
if you
man, we're
mention
gonna have
it.
to get you on the Spotify or the playlist. I don't know what it is. What do you kids listen to nowadays?
I don't listen to
We
what
could burn
people.
you a CD.
I'm
Brock.
not allowed to use my music around my friends. They don't like my music.
We're in a two-back set again here. Might be in 4-down territory.
And a flag before the snap. False start against the Bombers. Bring it back a couple.
False start got a little quick. As the old coaches say back in the day, hold your water, sit tight.
So the Bombers will go back 5. It'll bring up a longer 3rd down.
Here's the thing, Brock. It's a big play because we were 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. Now we're 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12. Might have a decision to make here.
See what the Bombers do here. Fleischman in motion. Over the right side. And they'll hand it off to Rouse on a delay handoff. He's got a room. And then he's tackled by a group of Wildcats, gain of about 10 yards.
Now we're going to see what we want to do. Looks like we're bringing in the heavy package. Coach is going to say we're going to go for it here. That was a nice little counter play. Kind of brought him underneath with the inside handoff to Rouse. Connor Pexy?
Pexy, yep. Bringing in
the beef.
larger bodies for sure. Henry Christensen also came on the field, so we'll see what they do here on 4th down. 4th down and 2. They'll hand it off to Rouse. He runs to the right side. Looks like he's going to get the first down, and he does. Gain of 5. Good enough for the first down. Great play right there from the Ballard Bomber offense.
I'll tell you what, Ballard does a really good job pulling their guards. And if we can get him going downhill, and Eli kind of sticks his nose in there behind him and just runs downhill really well. We see that a lot with the Bombers, is kind of that pulling the guards, a little bit of counter tray action, and then it sets some stuff up for us like we saw with the Gibson pass play to come to the backside. Keeps everybody, keeps those linebackers' eyes disciplined.
They'll hand it to Rouse again, this time up the middle. Able to pick up around 7 yards. Tackled by Mason Brown.
Right now, if you're on the Bomber sideline and you're these guys in the booth up here, this is exactly what you want. It's kind of a little ground and pound. Going to have some play action. We got 2nd and short. Wouldn't be surprised to maybe see play action here. Looks like we got an ace set, going a heavy set here.
A player in motion over the right. They'll hand it to Hedrick. And he's able to pick up 5 yards, good enough for the first down. Tackled by Detman.
That is met by 22, Corey Detman. Hedrick gets up to the 21.
So good run there from the junior running back for the Bombers.
First down for your Bombers, 1st and 10.
It's a luxury to have 2 guys that can run the football, right? Two-headed monster, can give Eli a little bit of a break, And Rhett comes in there and does the same stuff, just a little different look, a little smaller in stature to the ground, kind of hides behind the line and then explodes through the hole. Nice 5-yard gain there from Rhett.
Hand off to Hedrick again. This time, gain of nothing as he's tackled right away by Keegan Grote. So we'll bring that up, 2nd down and 10. We're getting close to the 1-minute mark here in the first quarter. And, I mean, since the opening kick, really nothing has shown up. Jude Gibson took the opening kick to the house. And since then, nothing on the scoreboard for either team. Great defenses, though, on both ends.
Absolutely here.
But the Bombers knocking on the door.
Ace set again here. Bombers like this set. They must like something here up front.
They'll hand it to Hedrick again. He's going to lose a little. Loses 3. Tackled by Dialman. Dialman, sorry. Not really.
That's all right.
My bad.
We're learning on the fly. Now we got 3rd and long. We've ran those back-to-back inside handoffs to Hedrick. Again, Humboldt's defensive line getting pressure, playing in our backfield, exactly what they want to do and what we've been doing on the defensive side of the ball. So we're going to go with a spread formation here. We're spreading them way out, no tight ends on the field, just routes in the backfield.
Might be the last play of the quarter here as Gatchel takes the play action, throws it into the end zone for Landy. He leaps up. Does he have a foot down?
Oh,
he
no.
does not.
Oh,
they
no.
say he's out of bounds.
Oh,
Landy
no.
caught the ball. Oh, that was so close.
Oh, man, this is where we wish we had instant replay in high school football, but I would take a chance on Landy any day with that catch because I thought it was a thing of beauty.
Oh, that is so close to being a touchdown. It was the last play of the quarter, so we will switch sides here. Bombers do have 4th down and 12. They do lead at 7-0. The one touchdown was a 95-yard kick return from the sophomore Jude Gibson. We'll see what the Bombers do here. I'm assuming they're going to go for it. We haven't kicked a field goal yet this year.
Yeah, I would say we're chances are very high of going for it here. I will say this, Mason Gatchel is not afraid to throw the ball down the field.
That was a beautiful pass.
That was a good ball, gave Landy a chance. His guy could go up and get it. That's 2 balls we've seen down the field, and he's had time to throw it. So right now, if you're a Bomber fan out there watching the broadcast or you're in the stands, you feel good about it because we're giving him time. He's stepping into his throws, and he's just unloading it. What we want to see Mason do is look, if it's not there, check him down, go to 1, 2, 3. But as we evolve as a quarterback with Mason, he'll get there. Right now, though, his deep ball's been good. Even the one that was picked was a good throw. Brock, I wondered why I was getting so dark out. I still got my sunglasses on. There we go.
Probably should take them off, man.
Let there be light.
See, I need to keep my glasses on, though, because then I won't be able to see.
Let there be light.
So it will be 4th down and 12 for the Bombers. They're going to bring out the offense here to start the second quarter. Hey, we started the first quarter with a touchdown. Let's start the second quarter with a touchdown. How about that?
Brock Stradamus here calling for a touchdown. We got a little bunch formation over here on the right.
Gatchel looks to throw. Still looking, fires it to the end zone. It is intercepted at the 1-yard line. There is a couple flags out, so we'll see what the call is.
We might have holding down here on this sideline. And if it is holding, I believe in high school football,
We do have a flag on the play.
is that an automatic first down? Not up on the rules. That's our guy, Ethan Hokel. He went to the rules meeting. I think it is a first down.
We'll see what it is. Huge call here early on in the second quarter. Bomber offense is still out there. Ineligible receiver, so the penalty will be declined. Interception at the 1, though.
At the
so
1-yard line.
if we're gonna turn it over, that's not a bad option.
Right, but you know what happened there? Our formation, we must not have had somebody, we either had somebody covered up and somebody wasn't off the line of scrimmage as it should have been, and that's with the ineligible. Because he was an eligible receiver, but somebody was covered up and somebody should have been off the line. I couldn't see it, but that's probably what that play call, or that call, the penalty was about. That's the first penalty on Humboldt. That's brought to you by Ames Eye Care. First penalty of the game. Ames Eye Care. Meet your whole family's vision needs at Ames Eye Care with offices in Ames and Des Moines. But thanks Doc Kruger for that. But all right, well, first down on their own 1.
Again, I'd say if you're going to not score on that play and you're going to turn the ball over at the 1 is not a terrible thing. On
Nope.
stats, it looks bad with an interception, but you never know. We can get a safety.
That's right.
Could turn it over and get 6 points as well.
Glass half full Brock. There he is. I like it.
So on the first play, Matson's met right away. Gets back
ahead.
to the line. Tackled by Bo Ward. So just like that, already almost safety. You know the Bombers are probably going to be thinking.
Well, they're
stack
thinking
the
safety.
box.
They're going to pin their ears back here. Now we just got to play good, smart football because we've got the field flipped on them right now. 2 points would be great for us. We just got to get 3 and out.
Matson waits for the snap. Bombers look like they're going to show pressure. And a timeout called by the Wildcats. So 7-0 is the score. Wildcats with the ball at the 1, so dangerous territory for Humboldt.
Yep. You could say we got the Wildcats on their heels. I guess they're Wildcats. You could say we got them on their back paws right now.
Well
They're
put,
up against
well put.
it, yeah, on their paws. Well, again, Brock, couldn't ask for a better evening. Couldn't ask for a better start if you're a Bomber fan. If we could get 2 points here, and like I said, just get 3 and out, flip the field. I like the way our offense is running right now. We've got a couple turnovers, but they're not bad turnovers, right? They're down in their field. We flip the field on them. They're aggressive plays, too. That's the one thing. We're showing some aggression on both sides of the ball. Again, right now, on the line of scrimmage, the Bombers are winning the line of scrimmage right now on both sides of the ball. That formula right there is going to be key for the rest of the game and going forward throughout the season. So we'll see if we can't get something done here on the defensive side.
So second down. Matson looks to throw, fires it to Detman. He catches it. Gains about 6 or 7 yards.
Landy with the tackle there. Nice play call there. Just a little quick out route. Gave himself some room. Give him some breathing room off that goal line on third down. Here's the deal. Third down. Get off the field on third down.
So it is third down and short. Let's see what the Wildcats do. Matson looks to throw again. Fires it again to Detman. He catches it. He will be close. It looks like they're going to give it to him. Well, I think we're going to have a measurement, but it was a gain of 3. They do give him the first down, so it will be a first down for the Humboldt Wildcats.
All right. Well, here we go. We didn't go 3 and out. We didn't get a safety. Wildcats have found something with the short passing game. It's quick routes, get it out of their hands because I think they know they can't protect him on anything down the field, as we've seen that because we've got Waka and Sampson on the outside. Our guys in the middle of the field are getting pressure up the middle, so look for that as we continue out through the game here, those quick passing plays, and here it is again.
And a quick pass. It is caught for a good gain on first down, tackle by Vitzum. Gain of 11, another first down for the Wildcats. Jackson Dodd with the catch. First reception by anybody not named Corey Detman this season for the Wildcats.
First reception, not named Detman. Okay. On that play, though, right there, quick passing game, we just said it. Waka didn't get his hands up quite fast enough. Now, on the defensive side, the D-line coach is going to say, we can't get there. Get your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care.
Detman catches it this time. He's able to break a tackle, able to gain even more. Gain of 11. It should be another first down. Tackle by Waka.
Waka dropped off there in the flat into coverage, but again, that short, quick passing game has given us fits.
So a team that had only 45 passing yards last week has almost gained 45 passing yards in just this drive.
We're flipping the script here a little bit if you're the Humboldt Wildcats, but again, they found something that's working for them, and they keep going back to the well.
We know this Bomber defense won't give up. Bend don't break mentality here on first down and 10.
We're in this 3-4, and we got kind of 2 guys on the roof, and here it is again, quick pass.
Detman with the catch, tackled by Vitzum. Gain of 5, as well as Caleb Sparks on the tackle. So 2nd down and 5. Wildcats are, like you mentioned, figuring out their offense. Detman and Matson got the connection on the passing game.
This is methodical right now, Brock, is what Humboldt's doing. And part of the Bombers' scheme on the defensive side is we want to pressure the football, but when it's a quick, short passing game, you just can't get there. So now we've got to make a few adjustments, cover the flats a little better, maybe bring our safeties up a yard or two. It's like we've got a false start here on the Wildcats.
Might be the break the Bombers need here on this possession on the defensive side. Wait for the call.
Actually, we've got encroachment.
Ooh, the exact opposite of what the Bombers
Encroachment,
wanted.
he must have been lined up in the neutral zone.
Still 2nd down based off of where the ball is.
That's just got to see down the line of scrimmage. If you're a down lineman, you got to know where your head's at, where your hat's at. They're two different things.
But I think that should be good enough for a 1st down. They're still measuring. I know I'm not good with numbers either, so there's a reason I went into journalism.
You've got your glasses on, so you can see.
So it is still 2nd down, I guess.
So that's a
because it was 2nd down and 5, and then the penalty should have been a 5-yard penalty. I'm not.
The coaching staff for Humboldt's a little bit confused as well.
So Matson looking to throw. The pocket breaks down, and he
go.
is sacked by the Bomber defense.
That's Sampson.
Brody Sampson with the tackle. Loss of 4.
Off the edge. Again, goes back to what we've been talking about so far in this first half. If it's not a quick pass, the Bombers up front, they're basically their front 5, we'll call them, between the 3 down linemen and those 2 walk-up linebackers, are getting pressure. Matson almost got out of that. Samson Correll, another wrestler that was in the state finals last year. We got some guys up front with some good center of gravity and good grip strength, and that comes in handy when you're playing on the defensive side of the ball.
So 3rd down. Wildcats looking to throw. Matson, pocket breaks down, and he's tackled again for a loss.
Looks like
loss
Hedrick,
of 2.
Looks like Hedrick and Waka.
So now it's interesting talking about how that penalty wasn't a 1st down, as it brings up 4th down for the Wildcats.
100%, because we had it at, what, 2nd and 5,
it was 2nd and 5.
2nd and 4, and it was a 3-yard penalty? That's the first one I've ever seen.
Yeah,
in
we're
all my
not
41 years. No, we'll take it as Bomber
it.
fans, as Bomber homers, as we're here on the Ballard Network. We thank you for tuning in. Ballard Network brought to you by
Flight Bar and Grill.
Best burger in Iowa, by the way.
Yeah.
I've had it a few times. It'll give you a solid foundation.
I like
That's
what you
the
said
burger.
there.
See what I did there,
great,
Brock?
Great.
Yeah.
That's why they pay you the big bucks.
That's right. There's a boot.
Fleischman did touch it this time, so he has to just
Gets on it.
jump on it, hope for the best. It will be Bombers ball. It was a good punt there for the Wildcats.
I'm going to tell you something right now, Brock. There's not probably a more lonely feeling in the world when you're back there receiving a punt and you think you know where it's going, and now it's over your head. And then you've muffed it a little bit,
Yes.
and you're a little bit worried. So we're on the live camera now. There he is. Brock gives us a wave.
Had to give
But
a
here
wave.
we go. We got first and 10, Bombers ball. We'll see if Gatchel in the offense can get something going here.
They'll hand it off here. Rouse breaks a couple tackles, still fighting forward, able to pick up 7 yards on the 1st down play.
Rouse is going to be wrapped up by 53.
Tell you what, 64, Connor Pexy came through there on the pole and didn't have anybody to hit. He's got to find somebody there, and that might have sprung Rouse for a big one. But we'll take 7 on 1st down. Sign me up every time for that.
And no gain on that play. Sorry, we're figuring out something here on the broadcast
we got a
side
name.
of things.
It's Connor Peasy. Thank you, Dan. Connor Peasy. I apologize.
Ball's going to be on the 19-yard line. We're going to 3rd down.
Easy peasy. So it will be 3rd down after a gain of 0 for the Bomber offense. They are bringing back in the big bodies. Looks like Christensen might line up on the left side.
Yeah, Christians plays that H-back spot, kind of that tight end hybrid spot.
Fake the handoff. Gatchel looking to throw, fires it, and it will fall incomplete. Intended receiver was number 24, Eric Sidness.
Got a flag on the field here, Brock.
So at the moment, it will be 4th down for the Bombers. Looking like it's going to be another ineligible receiver call.
That's going to drive the Bomber sideline crazy because that's a formation. That's an alignment issue there because we're covering up the wrong guys. So we need to get if it's the X or if it's the Y, we got to get them on the line so we can have our guys eligible that are running routes. That's just a formation thing that we've got to clean up here. That's the second one we've had here in the first half.
So 4th down and 3 after the declined penalty. Bo Warg the punt. First punt of the night. Bounces at the 45, past the 50, and goes out around the 48-yard line. And the Wildcats will take over here. Still no score after the opening kick return for the Bombers. I mean, you mentioned
fast and furious there at the start, and now we've just kind of everybody's settled in here a little bit on the defensive side. We talked about it in pregame, though, 2 really good defenses, and that's what we're seeing.
You mentioned a college team out east in the side of Iowa, and, I mean, this is what it's looking like. It's looking like a black and gold type of football game.
Humboldt in that spread formation, quick pass. There
Detman
he is again.
with the catch, able to break the tackle of Fleischman and push out a bounce by Vitzum. Gain of 8, sorry.
Well, the combo of Matson to Detman has been on point so far tonight, and they're just slinging it out there, getting him in space, letting him create yards after the catch, and it's been working so far. They run this little bit up-tempo with this spread-style offense, and they're just slinging it around.
2nd down, pass is completed. Tackle from Sparks. Reception from number 8, Mason Van Pelt. Gain of 8, 1st down.
Van Pelt was tackled by 23, Caleb Sparks.
So that is the 3rd receiver for the Wildcats this year to get a reception.
It's putting our defensive lineman in a hard spot because we want to pin our ears back and get there. But the quick passing game, there's Sampson.
Great deflection by Brody Sampson, number 18.
That was right on cue, Brock, because I was just about ready to say we can't get our hands up. We want to pin our ears back, get to the QB, but at some point, knowing what they're trying to do, you can't get there. Get your hands up just like Sampson did there. Excellent play. Now we put them in 2nd and 10, and we got to get them behind the chains.
So 2nd down and 10 after the deflection.
Pressure
Trouble
there
with the ball, and he is sacked right away. Loss of 6.
Uh-oh.
And a couple flags thrown. I didn't see it. So
that was Red Hedrick on the sack there. They mishandled the snap. We've got 2 flags on the field.
So Hedrick does get called for an unsportsmanlike call.
Quarterback does recover. However, we have an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bombers.
So that's Hedrick's first unsportsmanlike. I think you get 2 before getting
That's not
tossed,
what we needed right there because we just put him in 3rd and long, and now we've worked him into a 1st down. That's a bummer. That's just Rhett getting excited, just a little bit amped up. Maybe put his hands on the guy to help himself up. You can't do that. It's a good learning experience, but that's a big penalty right there against the Bombers. Had him right where we wanted, 3rd and about 14, and now we've got a 1st down.
Gets the Wildcats in scoring position.
Yeah. But next play here for Rhett. He's a smart young man. He'll clean it up, and you can't question his effort. And he made a heck of a play, so he was excited.
Yes. Hey, I'm someone that when I played, I let the energy get a little
there you go.
To me sometimes. So
him and Walker talking it out, saying, "Hey, great play. Let's just keep our head. Let's help us, help you, and help you, help us."
Now, if he can force a turnover on this play, that's a great way to make it up for it.
Yeah. And if I'm a betting man right now, Brock, I'm thinking it's going to be a short pass out here to Detman, 22 in the flat.
Wouldn't shock me here on first down as Mattson. Oh, I think the official was talking.
Were we not?
So I think there was confusion on pretty much every end of the
play.
ball. Because the official was still speaking and everybody else was ready to play.
Humboldt got a little too hurried up there.
So now it's first down and 10, ball on the 26. 5 minutes left in the first half. Still no score since the opening kick return from Gibson. Mattson looking to throw. He now scrambles and he's tackled for no gain. Tackled by Rick Hedrick, so right away he's trying to make up for it with that tackle.
You know, I'm watching Mattson back there for Humboldt, and it almost looks to me like he's reading the flat player, which would have been walk on this side, because we're playing our safety about 11 yards off the ball. If it looks to me as Waka backs into the flats, Mattson has the option to keep the ball and run it. If he stays inside and brings pressure, he'll throw it out to the Detman in the flat. So it's a read play, basically, not a read option, but a read play here for Mattson. Same thing right here.
Detman again with the catch. Tackle by Fleischman out of bounds, gain of 9, so it will be third down and very short.
22, Fleischman forced him out of bounds.
Big third down here.
4 down territory, probably. I know they have a kicker that hit along a 31 last week, so they do have a field goal kicker. However, third down and really short. Wouldn't be shocked if this is 4 down territory for the Wildcats.
I'll tell you what, the Detman kid's a good player out here. Put him in space, and he's got a little shake to him.
Mattson looks to throw. He fires, and great defense right there from Chance Landy.
That was really well played, and Waka came off the edge and was hunting him down on the backside.
Mason Brown was the intended receiver, number 9. I think Mattson threw it a little bit behind him on that slant route, so it is 4th down.
Right now, if it's not a 1-step, 2-step, 3-step drop, Humboldt doesn't have any time. And Mattson doesn't like to throw it under pressure, but who does? But now we got 4th and short. Let's see what we're made of up front here.
Mattson gets pressured, fires, completed for the first down. Gain of 5, tackle by Sparks. So ball is around the 11-yard line. It was completed by Mason Van Pelt. That was a great pass right there. And talk about, just dealing with the pressure and just throwing it.
Yep, he absolutely stood in there and threw that ball right on the money, and was really well-designed play.
Mattson looking to throw again. Pocket breaks down, finds Detman, and he's going to dive for the end zone. Is he in? He is. Touchdown Wildcats. Potential to tie it up here with a PAT kick.
Well, for a team that only had 45 yards passing last week, or 43, they are slinging it all over the place right now, spreading us out, finding something they like, and that was a nice job by Mattson to keep the play alive. Really nice play with his feet, and then finding his favorite target, Detman, again, and he just found the end zone. Good effort play by Detman there.
Almost the same route every time he got the ball in that drive as Gustafson's kick. Well, we got a flag first, so the kick was good, but false start, I'm assuming, would be the call. Wait for the officials to confirm it. Yep, false start, so it will back it up. 5 yards. So they did confirm that that's 5 yards, so PAT attempt again upcoming. Love that out route. Help them get that touchdown. Looking to tie up here with this PAT.
And the adjustment that we're going to look at, and I'm sure our guys in the booth and on the sidelines, I think Coach Smith is probably up here in the booth, Coach Jamie Smith, seeing that, because Mattson being the lefty, everything is to the left-hand side.
PAT attempt is good. So it ties it up here at 7.
I should say everything with the exception of the 4th down pass that was to his right side, but we're seeing Detman lined up in that slot position to his left, so Matson can catch it, take it, look left, and fire right away. And when you're 9-10 yards off the ball, he's got to start on it. And what they're probably looking at doing, if we do bring our safeties up, you're going to look at pump and go, a little bubble, because then they're gonna run right by you if we suck up too far. So it's just a chess match between the offensive side and the defensive side for the Bombers.
Don't forget about special teams, though.
That's right. That's right.
The one score that the Bombers have tonight was on that opening kick from Jude Gibson. We'll see what the Wildcats do. I wonder if they'll kick it back there.
And he's back there, and I'll tell you what, Chance Landy ain't no slouch either when he gets a football in his hands. He can run. He was a state track meet guy this year.
It's one of those pick your poison.
That's right.
Kind of situations if you're the Wildcats. But for the Bombers, they love having both of those in the back for the kickoff. Gustafson will get ready to kick this off after the touchdown catch from Matson to Detman to tie it up here at 7. 3:44 left in the first half.
We're with the wind here. We'll see if he can't put this one across the goal line. Gustafson. He didn't.
So Landy will return it here around the 11-yard line, runs to the right side. He cuts up, has a lane, still going. There is a flag down. So at the moment, he is tackled at the 38-yard line. But again, there's a flag thrown around the 25.
Got a block in the back.
The illegal block against the Bombers, going to move about 10 yards from the spot of that foul.
Man, penalties are just kicking us in the butt right now, Brock. We go back to the Hedrick penalty on 3rd down. It would have been 3rd and long, and they end up scoring a touchdown. And now we've got decent field position brought back by a block in the back. And we've had 2 illegal procedure calls, basically, with formation. So Bombers got to clean it up here.
Bomber offense looking to score their first offensive touchdown of the night. Gibson in motion. They'll hand it off to Rouse. He runs to the right side. He's got a lane, able to pick up gain of 7.
Rouse with a little twinkle toes on the sideline there. He might have taken up ballet in the offseason. Big man showing a little finesse.
I'll say, for a running back as big as him, he's able to move better than most running backs that are made for speed and elusiveness.
He's real shifty. He's got a little bit of Ricky Williams, Eddie George, but he's got the flow of Trevor Lawrence.
Yes, he does. That he does. 2nd down and 2. They'll hand it to Rouse again. Flags thrown. So at the moment, it is a 1st down. Tackled by Van Pelt, but there is a flag. Another illegal formation for the Bombers.
This is now becoming a problem for the Bombers. That's 3 in the first half, and it's taking yards away from us, giving them to the Wildcats, and it's 3 illegal formations. So somebody is not getting lined up right, and I can't see it from up here real great, but that's enough to make a coach pull his hair out, speaking from his hair, or just turn it gray.
Well, good thing I barely have any hair left.
That's true, Brock. You'd be fine. You wouldn't have to pull your hair out. It's already gone.
It's not all gone. Matt Gatchell looking to throw. He's able to stiff arm a guy off. Still looking, but he's going to get tackled. Ball is loose. Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's just inexperience right there from Mason Gatchell.
Touchdown by the Wildcats off the strip from number 61, Brody Hendricks.
It's the freshman. Freshman Hendricks, and that right there is just Mason trying to make too much happen. If he throws that ball away, we live to play another day, and that's probably what he's being talked about now. He's got to get it together. He's got to take a breath, keep his composure, and come back here. We got a little over 3 minutes here in the first half. We're in the game. We're still in the game. I like this. Eli Rouse on the sideline with his arm around him saying, hey, shake it off. We'll get it back.
PAT attempt is good. Wildcats with 14 unanswered, able to take the lead. 14-7 is your score with 3:12 left in the first half.
Brock, that right there was just an inexperienced play. That's a guy that's starting his second varsity football game for the Bombers, trying to make something happen, looking down the field, thought he was away from him, didn't have ball security. There's 3 turnovers for Mason right now in the first half. Take care of the football, get us lined up correctly. Don't put us in bad spots. Let the defense do what they do. Okay? So, again, 14-7, still in the ball game, and we've kind of given them their first 2 touchdowns.
Kind of similar to last week, really. You look at it. When you look at how the Bombers played last week, a lot of their points given up against Pella were off of mistakes. We'll see what the Bombers do here after that turnover that led to a touchdown from Hendricks.
Thank you, Fine Arts Boosters, for the concessions, and please support our concessions.
Great effort, though, by the Wildcats on that play after the stiff arm from Gatchel, able to fight off the first defender. They didn't give up, kept pressuring, and able to strip the ball loose and get the touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said it. You hit the nail on the head there. Great effort. And I'll tell you what, 61, the Hendricks kid from Humboldt, the freshman, he's a player. We've called his name a couple times tonight in some big plays.
So that ball will go into the end zone.
Beam right there. Right now, this is a really, really, really big possession for Bomber football.
Really big?
Really big. Really big. We're going to see what we're made of here. Schonhorst with the catch there.
There we go. I think we're back.
Slater with the tackle there. I like that.
Slater, actually.
Slater, all right, thank you.
Which is great because, you know, we got a Slater town in here.
Absolutely. No
Ballard
relation
community.
to AC Slater from Bayside High, I would assume.
First down. Gatchel looking to throw. Fires one deep. It is up for grabs, and it's intercepted. Oh, my gosh. Great pick
right on
from
cue.
Slater.
Right on cue, Slater.
Sometimes I should just shut my
Number
mouth.
12, Slater with a pick. Mason forced that one. He forced that one a little bit. He's got to stay in the game right now. He forced it. He had, I'm trying to see the number here. He had, is it, you say that Sidness? He had him in the seam and just underthrew him by a pinch and couldn't come back to the ball, and it was a really good play by Slater.
So first down for the Wildcats. 14 unanswered, and a deep pass to Detman, and wow, that was just barely overthrown.
Yeah. Well, and we talked about it, so we short pass, quick pass, quick pass, quick pass, and they take a shot with Detman. That was on the right hash, though, so you got to look at Madsen. Being the lefty, took it back over his right shoulder, a little different. Had enough time, but he was under a little bit of duress. The Bombers brought heat there as well.
2:32 left in the half. Madsen looking to throw, fires it out. One-handed grab, but right away the Bomber defense was there. Gain of 6. Tackle by Chance Landy alongside Fleischman.
Hey, but that was a heck of a catch by Brown.
Yep, that's right. Number 8, Mason. Nope, correction. Yeah, Mason Brown.
Was it Brown?
Yep.
Big third down here for the Bombers.
Madsen fires it to Detman. Great defense from the Bombers, and that is a late penalty.
Oh, no.
Excuse me, intended for number 22. Flag on the play.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Brock, I'm not an official by any stretch of the imagination.
I'm going to bite my tongue.
And we're going to give these guys the benefit of the doubt, but I believe that was the umpire that threw that flag. The back judge and the side judge both kept them in their pockets. And the last time I checked, the assignments for the umpire was the middle of the field looking at the lineman. But that may have changed here in the last year. This is a big call here.
So pass interference call.
Another penalty, Brock.
I think that was on Gibson, who was defending
I think
on
it was
coverage.
on, it
I
might
could
have
be
been
wrong.
on
Vitsum.
Vitsum.
Vitsum, correction.
Yep. is on Vitsum. Again, another third down, another penalty. Right now, the Bombers are shooting themselves in the foot.
Critical call.
That's a tough one to swallow if you're a Bomber fan. That's a hard pill to swallow. Like I said, the back judge and the side judge both kept it in their pocket. And he took a shot. Madsen took a shot there when he threw it.
So Madsen looking to throw again. Pressured, though. And he's wrapped up, taken down, able to pick up three.
Waka.
But Jackson Waka was there to come up with the tackle, able to prevent a small gain. I guess a big gain. He did pick up three. 1:40 left. Clock is ticking. We will have a band performance at halftime, it looks like. So stick around for that. Executive producer Dan Ingsler will be on the work for that as Madsen's pass is incomplete, goes through the hands of number 18.
Jackson Dodd. That was a laser beam there, Madsen. He had a little time. Bombers brought the pressure, a little delayed, didn't get to him, but just threw it right through Dodd's hands. Madsen throws a pretty good ball.
And again, this team only had 45 passing yards last week, and right now they are just throwing it everywhere against this Bomber defense. So 3rd down and 7. Looks like a timeout is called by Humboldt. So 1:18 left in the first half. Your Bombers trail 7-14 against the Humboldt Wildcats here in Huxley, Iowa. Rich Strauss Field, the home of the Bombers, home opener of the 2023 season.
Greatest marching band in Iowa, the Ballard High School Marching Band, as they perform at halftime. Please stick around at halftime for the Ballard Marching Band.
Again, stick around at half to watch the marching band's performance. We're lucky to have executive producer Dan Ingsler running the camera, which helps being able to use a second camera instead of the auto motion camera that we use for our main gameplay. Because, you know, when you got all those instruments and all those people moving around, this camera can start, you know, shaking a little bit.
You bet. But I'll tell you this, Brock, just a little bit of analysis here for you, and it's if you're watching at home or you're watching in the stands, I think Humboldt's got one penalty right now in the game. Difference in the ball game, the penalties and the turnovers, and so it's something that we can get cleaned up. We just got to do it before the clock hits zeros in that fourth quarter.
Huge 3rd down here as we get ready for halftime.
In motion.
Madsen looking to throw, fires it, has a man, it is caught, and the ball is loose. The ball is loose. It's still loose.
They call it a completion. It looks like the Bombers recovered.
It's Bombers' ball. That could have been a disaster for the Bombers there.
Was that 55, Jack Nelson, that ran that ball down? Landy thought it was incomplete, and Nelson ran down and recovered it.
So the completion, I'm not even sure who caught it. I think it was Mason Brown.
I think it was Brown. Now they called it complete on the field and called it a fumble in the end zone, and Jack Nelson with great effort recovered it. What a huge
The Bombers
play
get
there.
the ball. Turnover for the Bombers.
Hey, kudos to Jack Nelson, 55. Wow, I'll tell you what, that's pursuit drill and chasing the football down. Landy thought it was incomplete.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't blame him because, like, it was a bang play.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Credit to Jack Nelson. That might be the biggest play of the game so far tonight.
I agree.
Able to run almost 15 yards from wherever he was.
The big man showing the wheels and getting the fumble recovery. Well, Bombers take it over here on offensive side. We'll see if we're going to run the ball or what we're going to do. But big change of momentum there.
So after the turnover, Rouse gets the ball on the left side. He's got room. Able to pick it up the first down and more. Gain of 14, sorry.
Wow, good execution there by the Bombers up front. Rouse got the edge down the sideline. Got something cooking here. Bombers got all 3 timeouts left. Man, what a big play by Jack Nelson. Whew. Could say he gave us the full Nelson on that one.
That was great.
There I go, guys. As folks listening at home, watching at home, anytime I can get the Bear, Brock Bierman, to chuckle on air, that's what I live for. 41 years old, that's what I wake up in the morning hoping to do when I get to call a game with Brock. And we're going to have a discussion here from the officials. I'm not really sure what we're talking about. Maybe they're talking about maybe after-game meal. Maybe they're going to stop at Casey's. Quick start on the way. Could stop
going
at
to flight.
Yeah, flight should be open. Maybe they'll have some wings. Just a quick discussion.
The time on the clock is correct. First down.
The time is correct. Our guys up here in the booth, they know what they're doing. All right, first down here. Bombers, 1 minute and 2 to go. First half. Something's cooking here.
We'll see what the Bombers do here. Again, this drive set up from the fumble recovery by Jack Nelson. Handoff to Roush, running to the right side. Looking to cut up. Picks up 11 yards. Able to pick up another first down. So clock stops. And a timeout called by the Bombers. Clock stops on a first down, right?
Clock does stop, and
Okay.
they get the chains moved. You get them set, it'll restart, but Bombers use their first time out of the half. Got something going on the ground here with Rouse.
Had to confirm that the clock stops on a first down because, you know, college just changed the rule.
Yeah, they did. That's
And
right.
I was watching the game this past weekend. I was like, the clock's not stopping on a first down. Well, I forgot that they changed the rule, which is a little unfortunate, but happens.
It was game speed or play as far as taking so long.
Oh, yeah.
With the stoppage of the clocks. Which
I get the reason.
Yeah.
I don't prefer it.
I don't either. I'm like, I want to see more plays,
Yes.
right? I want to see more football being played instead of the clock running.
I don't like having to watch Dak Prescott have to run 50 yards, it seems like, to spike the ball, even though the clock ran out because it doesn't stop. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I just didn't prefer that.
Got 11 personnel in here, and we got Henry Christensen at the H-back.
He did have a reception last week, so we'll see what goes on here. First down. Hand off to Rouse. He runs to the left side. Again, able to make room.
Oh, he was shot out of the cannon there, and he just got tripped up.
Pickup of 9. Another timeout called by the Bombers.
Timeout by the Bombers here now. In the offensive side, if you're in the Bombers huddle and you're on that sideline, and I can't read their minds or tell you what they're thinking. But right now we've got one timeout. We've got, it looks like 46 seconds left in the half. You're coming over to the sideline. You're getting your play, and you're probably getting 2. You're probably getting 2 play calls here because you want to hurry up. With the one timeout, gives you a little bit of luxury here. But we're on our half of the field. We're actually going on Humboldt's half of the field here on the 49. So there's probably going to be 2 plays called in this timeout. We get the first down here, get it moving, get another one, get to the line, and let's get rolling here. And then get ourselves into that 35-yard range, save that timeout, and see if we can't take a couple shots.
So it is second down and 2. Wouldn't be shocked if they give it back to Rouse here, as a first down does stop the clock. I know it's we're only getting close to halftime, but this could be a huge drive when it comes to momentum in this game. Gatchel looks to throw, fires it quickly to Landy on the right side, looking to pick up the first down. He might be short.
Oh, he is short.
So it will be third down and short, gain of 2. So it will be third and inches from the first down marker.
Landy's tackled by 22.
Detman with the tackle.
Short of the first down marker, going to bring up third down and wide.
Yeah, tick, tick,
Clock
tick,
is
tick, tick,
ticking,
tick,
20
tick, tick.
seconds. Gatchel looks to throw on the play action, fires, almost has Gibson picked off by Detman. Another interception for the Wildcats defense. Detman's making a move. He's over to the left side, past the 50, 2 seconds left,
him down.
1. We'll see if they put a second on the clock. I'm not sure.
I don't believe so. I think
So it might
time
be
ran out.
halftime.
I believe time has run out.
So that is the end of the first half.
Thank you.
So the score is 7-14. Wildcats currently lead it against the Bombers here in the Bomber home opener of the 2023 season. 7 quick points from the Bombers on special teams, opening kick from Jude Gibson. And then it was a lot of defense from both ends, a lot of great effort on the defensive side of the ball. But a couple mistakes, couple penalties against the Bombers have resulted in 14 points for the Wildcats.
Yeah, you said it best right there, Brock. It's the turnovers. We've got 5 of them here in the first half, and we've got probably about 50 to 60 yards worth of penalties. And those two things are drive killers, obviously, with the turnovers. But the penalties even on the defensive side of the ball have really hurt us. And on the special teams, with the block in the back, took away field position from us. Those things add up. You know, in all honesty, Bombers are lucky to be down just 14-7 right now.
For sure. We want to give a quick shout out to the Ballard Athletic Booster Club for all their support of Ballard Athletics as well as the Ballard Network. We're getting ready here for the performance of the band here at halftime. So we will step aside here for a little bit as the band performs. And after that, we'll do a little recap again about the first half and get into the second half of play. For Tim Davis, I'm Brock Bierman, and this is the Ballard Network presented by Flight Bar and Grill.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome to the field the Ballard Marching Band. The drum majors are Katie Thompson, Corey Dietrich, and Bethlehem Rainier. This year, the Bomber Band presents a show that really rocks. It's the music of Rain Day. You do not want to take this show for granted. Featuring songs such as Bang Bang, Holiday, Good Riddance, and Still Breathing. Of course, the high school band is under the direction of Derek Knox. Drum Major Katie Thompson, is your band ready? The field is yours for halftime.
you go. Lord knows I can't put that thing on.
Getting ready here for the second half of play here at Rich Strauss Field in Huxley, Iowa. Bombers started off quickly. And when I mean quickly, I mean it didn't even take 15 seconds. Jude Gibson took it 95 yards to the house, opening kickoff for a touchdown. And after that, defenses traded great possessions back and forth. But then the Bombers started making a couple mistakes on the defensive end of the side and the offensive end, which has resulted in the score that we have right now, 14-7. Wildcats lead it. And I mean, it could be a worse situation for the Bombers. Still in it. They do have to start on defense, which could be a good thing.
It could be a good thing. Here's the deal. All right. Here's the deal. First off, I want to give a shout out to a couple guys who are listening down in Arizona. The Fraser brothers down there in the Gilbert, Arizona
area. You're talking about the home of Brock Purdy?
I think it might be down there in the Scottsdale area. They a couple of local Huxley guys that live down there now, run a business, and so shout out to Adam and Andy for listening. But a couple things here in this first half, and as we go into the second half, it's 14-7. Could be worse, could be better, right? First half's in the past. I got a couple things written down. Offensively, penalties, turnovers hurt us. I mean, that goes without saying. You watch the game, you can see that. Everybody can see that. We got to clean those things up. The illegal formation stuff, we can clean that up. And Mason's got to play better. Gatchell's just got to play better. A couple things in the second half offensively that we want to do is we want to run the football. We want to absolutely run the football and stick to it. And then confidence, play with confidence. Our quarterback, Mason Gatchell, the junior's got to start playing with confidence if we got to get him out in space on a couple of QB keeps. Just get him going, get his mind right back in the game. On the defensive side of the ball, you know, we had a couple key penalties that hurt us with the unsportsmanlike and the PI call. Those hurt us. We got to adjust to the quick passing game, get our hands in the air. We got to force a turnover here in the second half. You know, Jack Nelson with a great effort play on the what would have been touchdown was a completed pass, and he fumbled it going to the end zone, which was a huge play. We got to force another one here in the second half, one or two. We got to play within ourselves so we can be excited. We can be excitable. We got to stay within ourselves and play solid football. And the last thing is, man, on the defensive side of the ball, and for Algon, stay in the fight. We're still in this ball game at 14-7 against a really good Humboldt team. We got 24 minutes left in this game. We belong on the field with these guys. We cleaned some things up, and we could see a second half very similar to maybe last week that we had in Pella, which is a good thing for Bombers because we know we can do it. We've been in this situation before. So hopefully we'll go back to that second half, and that may have been discussed in the locker room. Hey, guys, we're in this football game. We haven't played our best football yet. Go out, everything you got for the last 24 minutes, see what happens.
14-7 is the score as we get ready for the second half of play. Humboldt Wildcats lead it. They will get the ball to start the third quarter of play, so the Bombers will be on defense. Home opener for the Bombers here at Rich Strauss Field in Huxley, Iowa. This is the Ballard Network presented by Flight Bar and Grill. I want to give a shout out to Flight Bar and Grill and all those people over there who help support the Ballard Network. Their sponsorship has helped us keep these live streams free for the year, for your enjoyment throughout the year. So thank you to Flight Bar and Grill. So special teams will come out here, and we will get this second half underway.
All right, man. Well, you know, like Coach Taylor on Friday Night Lights used to say, clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose, right? That's what he used to tell the Dillon Panthers.
Such a great show.
We got the owner. We got the owner of Flight Bar and Grill up here, Matt Pasha. Welcome, Matt. Nice to see you.
Why drop the sponsorship
Oh,
read right at the
Brock
right time?
just knows what he's doing, I'll tell you. We got Hawaiian night tonight, huh? Hawaiian night for the student section.
I didn't get the memo.
There's the kick.
Turned by Peterson, and he is met by Vitsum and Waka.
I'll
Tackled
tell you
around
what.
the 27.
Coach Ethan Holkel was not happy about something that went off on that kickoff there as his buddy Coach Tyler Peterson held him back. Ethan with a little fire in his belly here to start the second half. Nothing wrong with that.
Might be what the Bombers need. They need a little fire from the coaching staff. Get back in this game. Gain a little momentum just to get the defense off the field on this drive with no points put up on the scoreboard. It's going to be a huge drive if that's possible.
3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, or a turnover, right? That's what we're hoping for.
So Madsen waits for the first snap of the second half. He's looking to throw, and he is wrapped up, breaks the tackle, runs, able to pick up a couple, maybe 1 yard.
Maybe one.
One at most.
Waka had him for a 3-yard loss.
Tackled by Christensen, though.
Oh, Fossey Bear Waka just couldn't hold on. Man, Jackson had him right in the crosshairs, had him wrapped up, but credit to Matson there for sneaking loose and making a little chicken salad there.
So second down.
Bombers bring pressure, doesn't get there.
Madsen rolls out. He
Fumble!
grabs it. It's picked
That's
off.
Waka!
That is Waka. He takes it to the 10, inside to the 5.
Holy
We got
smokes.
first down and goal.
I'll tell you what, that's just what the doctor ordered. We talked about it at halftime. Turnover. Sampson, the outside linebacker, with the strip right to Waka in the
Is that a
breadbasket.
pick or is that?
I think that's a fumble.
Okay,
I believe
fumble?
that's a fumble. Waka right in his hands and almost took it to the house, but the Ballard defense, the Bomber defense, swooping in, making a huge play.
What did you say before? Waka Waka?
Waka, 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 man. What a big play by Sampson, and Waka was in the right place at the right time, but that's what you get for staying in the fight, pinning your ears back and playing good, hard defense. Now we got to punch one in here.
First down and goal. You probably know who they're going to. Hand off to Rouse. Up the middle. He takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Bombers have a chance to tie it up here with a PAT attempt.
Wow. Again, we talked about it on the opening kickoff. You couldn't have drawn it up any better. Well, you couldn't have drawn this up any better to start the second half for the Bombers. Nice job by the defense. Rouse takes it in, get the PAT, and tie this thing up. Got a little fire in our bellies, Brock. We like to see that. The coaching staff's fired up. It transitions into the field of play. Nothing better than that if you're a Bomber fan.
PAT attempt is blocked, so it will remain a 1-point lead for the Wildcats. However, Bombers do get a touchdown after the fumble recovery from Waka on the defensive end of the ball. Rouse with the touchdown. PAT was no good. 13-14 is the score.
Yeah, that's a bummer. That's a bummer not getting the PAT, but hey, we'll take 6. And now the game is the old Mr. Mo, as they call it. The momentum has maybe shifted back to Bomber Nation. But again, those guys up front, we talked about our walk-up outside linebackers in Sampson and Waka. Those two guys are special players for us because they can do a lot of things. They can cover in space, they can get after the quarterback, pin their ears back, and they're athletic as all get out. And right there, they just comboed him up for that touchdown.
So going back to that fumble, it looked like he was trying to pitch that forward. I could be wrong.
I don't know if he was looking to pitch it forward or if Sampson just got his hands and raked through down on his hands. If we had a replay, we could see it. You'd probably see it at home. Either way, great play. Now we got field position. I think his knee was down when he caught that ball, but
Peterson instead gets to the 24-yard line.
I thought he caught that ball with his knee down there.
So too.
It was very close. Obviously, he didn't. It wasn't called on the field, but it looked like it. I can tell you right now, just on that kickoff, our guys are flying around on the field. That's a good sign. Had a good halftime in there for the Bombers.
So last time the Bomber defense was out a couple seconds ago, where Waka came up with a fumble recovery that set up for the Rouse touchdown, which has resulted in the score that we have currently. 13-14. Wildcats still lead it, though.
Now we're going to take a look and see if we've made some adjustments to this quick passing game for the Wildcats.
Madsen takes the snap, looking to throw, scrambling. Met by a couple of Bombers. He's brought down for a sack. Loss of 2. Tackled by Jack Nelson.
There's our guy, Jack Nelson. Sampson had him wrapped up, but he snuck through him, and then Nelson came up, cleaned him up for a couple-yard loss there. So, again, the Bombers front, that 3-man, 5-man front that we're seeing, they're doing a nice job right now.
So second down and long. Madsen looking to throw. Fires in, swatted away by Rhett Hedrick.
I got it written down on my notes. Hands up on defense. Rhett couldn't get there, had his hands up. That's a good play. That's a nice job by the coaching staff, too. Hey, if you can't get there, get your hands up, make it hard on him. Madsen kind of takes that ball with his left hand and slings it a little bit sidearm sometimes. So his release point isn't as high, so you can get your hands on some and bat some balls down.
Third down and 12. Be interesting to see what the Wildcats do here, as they are not able to probably get a short gain and pick up a lot as they go deep. Great defense from Landy right there, able to play really tight without drawing a flag, able to force an incompletion.
I'll tell you what, he was all over him on that one, and he was stuck to him like glue. Great defense, a great position by Landy. He's been in good position, even on the was the catch and the fumble, but he was right there. So Chance, just good footwork, good position, getting coached up there in the secondary. Now they're punting to us. Got a 3 and out, just like the doctor ordered.
Rouse in the back for the punt return. He gets it, gets past the 50, able to pick up more than 10 yards. Tackle around the 40-yard line. So it will be Bombers ball. Chance to take the lead for the first time since it was 7-0.
Right now, the first minute 57 of this half has been all Bombers. Has just been all Bombers, and we've come out with a little bit of an attitude and the right kind, right? We said stay within yourselves, do what you can do, pin your ears back, stay in the fight, and good things will happen, and here we are. 2-back set here.
Hand off to Rouse. He runs to the right side, cuts outside. He's got room. He's going to the 15, inside to the 10, almost. Probably ran out around the 11-yard line. Gain of 30.
I'm going to tell you right now, that is an outstanding block by Rhett Hedrick there, and outstanding blocking down the field by the wide receivers. Rouse gets the corner, goes right up the numbers, and a huge 30-yard gain. When Eli puts that foot in the ground and gets headed downhill, he's hard to stop, man. That's an outstanding play there by the Bombers offense.
First down and 10, ball on the 11. Hand off to Rouse, up the middle. He's tripped up. Short gain of 3.
It's like 61, the freshman there. Hendricks was kind of getting into it a little bit with one of our offensive linemen. I didn't see it looked like 53, so maybe keep an eye on that. They're getting a little feisty out there, we'll say, on the defensive and offensive lines.
We have had an unsportsmanlike call already tonight, so it's part of the game.
That's right. Emotions run high. A 2-back set again here.
Second down and 7. Hand off to Hedrick. He cuts, but he's met by a swarm of Wildcats. No gain. Tackle by Hansen. Or Dillman, sorry.
Third down here. We'll look for maybe something on the edge, as far as maybe even a little bootleg action here. Get Mason on the edge, see what's happening. So we got a 2 tight end set. We kind of got a heavy set here, so
might be 4-down territory.
We're running 22 personnel here.
Handoff on the play. Hedrick is wrapped up. There is a flag. He's tackled for a loss. Loss of about 4.
We got a flag on the field. Looks like it's against the Bombers.
probably decline it here, I'm assuming, on third down. The Bombers don't really have a kicking unit.
Right, so it looks like Humboldt is going to decline this.
Bowman, number 77 on the offense. A penalty decline.
So we'll bring up fourth down. We'll see what the Bombers do here. They're going to keep the offense out there. We know that. It's just what exactly they're going to do. They need to get to the 1. They can pick up a first down, so that is a good thing.
Yep, they can. They don't have to score a touchdown here, but we've got 4th and about 11, I would say. 4th and 10 and a half.
That's his first charge.
Bombers want to talk about it here. Bombers want to talk about it here with 8:24 left in the third. Pretty big fourth down play here, but we flipped the field on them. Again, you're 4th and about 11. You can get a first down. Obviously, you get down to the 1 yard line, and you're right there knocking on the doorstep of a touchdown. I got to look for something maybe to get Mason in space. As far as we're going to roll him out, maybe move the pocket a little bit, run a flood route. We're on the boundary to this side, to the Ballard sideline, so we've got that whole side of the field to work towards the Wildcats. And a bootleg isn't a bad option here if we've got it in the playbook.
We'll see what they draw up here after the timeout.
It's like we got 2 backs set. Running with no tight end.
We got Landy and Sidness on the left side. Sean Horse on the right.
20 personnel. Gatchel's in that pistol set again.
Rouse in motion. Gatchel looking to throw. Fires it. It is swatted away by number 8, Van Pelt, so it will be a turnover on downs. Great effort there from the Humboldt Wildcats, able to get the stop.
Yeah, we just talked about it. We rolled him out, ran a little flood route. Landy sat, kind of ran that just a little stick route, little curl route, sat down, and it was just a good defensive play. Decent job there by Mason going through progressions, but lucky that one didn't get picked. But here we are, worse things than giving them the ball on their own 12-yard line.
The Bomber defense looking to bring the momentum back to the Ballard side as Matson looking to throw, fires a sidearm pass.
That's incomplete.
So it is incomplete. Intended receiver, I think, was Detman. Nope, correction, number 18, Jackson Dodd was the intended receiver.
Like Fleischman on the coverage there. That was really good coverage.
He's had great coverage all night. So
Bombers have tightened
down.
up their coverage on these wide receivers on this set. So we basically got a trips open set here with 1 back, and Bombers are no longer playing 8, 9 yards off. We're about 7 yards off, making them make decisions.
Matson's throws underthrown.
Yep.
Great pressure. Jack Nelson was one of the players on the pressure right there, able to get to the quarterback. So 3rd down and 10.
So again, we talked about it a little bit going into halftime and coming out of halftime, what the adjustments were going to be made in the passing game. And what it is now we're playing about 7 yards off the ball, letting our guys on our front 5 basically pin their ears back, go after it, and say, hey, you're going to have to get rid of the ball quick. And our guys are still going to be able to make tackles in space. Now, we've got to make tackles. We've got to keep getting pressure on them. But right now it's working.
Ball was almost intercepted. Well, not almost, but great opportunity to get an interception. Falls incomplete, though.
Yeah, we had 3 Bombers over there, and we dropped off in coverage. Really nice play, really nice scheme there on the defensive side. Landy just couldn't get there, but we were all over that play. Again, putting pressure on Matson and making him get rid of the ball quicker when he doesn't want to. And when you got to run 7 to 8 yard routes instead of 2 yard routes, that half a second, 3/4 of a second is the difference between a sack or just a hurry, I guess.
So Rubel back to punt. Rouse back deep to return. Almost got a block there from the Bomber special teams. Rouse following the ball. He's thinking about it. He does pick it up.
Oh, he got a little bit of a late hit there. Ball fell out of bounds. But Eli got hit, and not going to beg for one, but I've seen less called more, if that makes sense.
So first down.
Yeah, the defensive adjustment that was made at halftime so far for the Bombers is paying off. Because right now the Wildcats are out of sorts because they can't really run the football, which is what they wanted to do. They did in the first game like you talked about, and now their short passing game is in trouble right now as well. So Bombers got to put some points on the board on the offensive side.
Need a big play here. As Rouse takes it up the middle, fights and trucks over for a gain of 11. Good enough for the first down. Tackle by Brown. Man, a couple of those Wildcats took a licking right there.
Yes, they did, and I'm telling you right now, if we're at the at the Iowa State Fair, I was going to say South Dakota State Fair, it's going on up there right now back home, but Eli Rouse is your bell cow, man. I mean, you got to give him the ball. And our guys up front are just dominating right now, and there's no better feeling in the world when you're getting 3 to 4 to 6 yards of carry because your offensive linemen have a mindset of that guy across from him. We're just gonna run it down your throat, and we're just gonna keep pounding the football. This is a psychological thing now.
So Rouse picks up 3 on that first down play. 7:12 left in the third quarter. Still 13 to 14. Bombers do have a chance to take a lead here if they score. Any kind of score will take the lead in this game.
Jude Gibson out here at the X.
Gatchel looks to throw, fakes it now, fires it to Gibson. Gibson breaks a tackle but is finally brought down for a gain of 1, so it will be third down and 6.
Mason was late getting that one out to him there. Was that Slater on the tackle there?
Slater with the tackle.
Called his name a few times tonight, and thank you to the folks in Humboldt for getting us the correction. That's awful kind of you up there. At least we know you're listening.
Appreciate the support. Third down. Rouse gets the handoff. Met by a bunch of defensive linemen. Gain of 2, so it will bring up fourth down.
You know, that's a third down play looking to fourth down, knowing that you're going to go for it, right? You get 2 or 3 or 4, and then you know you're 4th and 5. Maybe a long 4 here. Again, I would look for it. Well, Gibson's coming back in here, so you could look for some jet sweep motion stuff coming. A little slow out of the huddle, a little slow to get the play call in. 10 on the play clock.
So Gibson is in the slot. He's in motion. Gatchel hands it off to Gibson. He runs to the right side, fights his way. He is a yard short.
Yep.
Gains 3, but it will not be good enough for the first down.
Gibson is just shy of the first down marker. Humboldt's going to take over on downs. First down and 10.
Well, right now for the Bombers offensively, we've had some good success vertical in the run game, right? Straight ahead running. We haven't even seen a lot of the counters and stuff. We saw a little bit there with the jet sweep, but again, you're basically running the sweep. You're thinking you can get the edge. Jude's got great speed, but you're setting it up maybe for something later on in this game to give us a little more wide open spaces.
See if the Bomber defense continues to pressure Mattson as he takes the snap, looking to run this time, and he is wrapped up after a gain of 5. Tackled by Jackson Waka, like you mentioned.
Sparks was in on that play, and Mattson's taking some shots right now from these guys. He's standing in there, and we're bringing pressure. That was Hedrick there. We're trying to bring pressure up the middle, and then, you know, we're looking at it from a couple different ways because we're bringing Hedrick up the middle and Nelson, and then we're bringing Waka and Sampson on the outside and just giving them different looks.
They hand it off to Peterson. He is met right away and taken down for a loss of 1.
That was Sampson in on the play there. Sampson looked like Landon Carson was there to get up a little later.
So third down and 5. Mattson looks to throw. Fires a deep ball to Detman. He's got him, and it is caught.
Wow.
What a catch from Detman. I think he's cramping up as well after that play.
That's a great catch by Detman right there.
He is shaken up. Fleischman was the one able to tackle him after the catch. But that was great coverage, really. It was just a better pass and a better catch.
Yep. And it was good coverage. Jackson needed to look for the ball a little sooner, and I think he may have had a chance to even knock it down, if not pick it off. But he spots that ball in the air earlier. He was great coverage. You're right. He was step for step with him, but that's just a really good play by Detman. Really good catch. And was that third down there?
That was third down.
That's a third down play, and you need to get off the field. And we talked about that. You know, we bring our guys up a little closer as far as coverage-wise, not as big a cushion. And if you can't get pressure on the QB, we're vulnerable to that play right there. And it bit us. But we've been successful so far this half. But now we just got to be that bend, don't break. Pick yourselves up off the turf here if you're the Bomber defense and try to get him out on third down again. I believe we're probably in 4-down territory for the Wildcats.
Yeah, they do have a kicker that can kick from 31. That was the longest kick from last week. 2 for 2 on the year for field goals. Hasn't missed a PAT as well. So we'll see what kind of situation, if we do get to a 4th down on these next couple plays, what the Wildcats will do. But for now, they do have a 1st down. They're looking for 6. Bombers are looking to get a stop here to bring their offense out on the field. Or, the casual, turnover leading to 6 points in the same play.
We would take a turnover right now, absolutely, Brock.
So 4:12 left in the third quarter. Bombers still down 1. Madsen hands it off to Peterson. Hasn't done that a lot tonight as the Bomber defense able to prevent any gain. Met by Hedrick along with other Bombers.
Yeah, there was a gaggle of Bombers on that tackle.
And at the line of scrimmage brings up 2nd and 10.
My parents would be proud of that one, the gaggle.
I love it.
Now 2nd and long here now. See if Bombers bring pressure.
Madsen looking to run to the right side, looking to cut. Ball, he's down. Don't know why I thought the ball was loose. My bad. Apologize. Gain of 3, so it will be 3rd down and 7. So like you mentioned, might be 4-down territory. Most likely is.
That's good pursuit from the backside there from 65. Kind of strung it out, and when you get that pursuit from the backside, you can get him tracked down. Even a guy like Madsen, who's pretty fleet of foot.
Huge 3rd down here in the third quarter. Madsen rolls out to the left side. He's looking, fires, has a man. It almost was intercepted from Tucker Vitzum, number 1. Ball does fall incomplete, but man, either way, great defense right there from Vitzum.
Absolutely, he was right there and just slipped through his hands. I'll tell you what, we timed that blitz up. I don't know if that was Jack Nelson that came through there, but he timed the snap count, and he had Madsen right in the crosshairs, couldn't track him down, but like you said, great play in the secondary by Vitzum.
So huge 4th down play here. 4th and 7, ball in the 30.
Watch the football now after the Bombers up front.
Wildcats lead by 1. Madsen fires it to Peterson. Peterson looking to get the first, but he doesn't even gain a yard as he is tackled right away by the Bomber defense.
That's a great play. That's a to start from Waka to hold his water and not jump off sides because he was timing the blitz. Waka put the pressure on, and then Rhett Hedrick in the open field tackle. Thing of beauty. What a good play by Hedrick. And like we talked about, he's got his head on straight. He's playing with good emotion, but he made the tackle, got up like he's done it a million times over again. So outstanding play. Now we got to get some offensive production from the Bombers. Big dose of Eli Rouse here.
First play goes to him. Runs to the left side. Almost breaks free from Mason Brown. If he would have broken free from that, I mean,
ooh, he might have been to the house.
Yeah, I think we might have been waving.
That was
goodbye.
that could have been a little OTG out the gate for Rouse.
And he's had a lot of those tonight. He's just looking for that one time where he's able to get free.
Just gets tripped up a little bit. It's like the old school, like a couple of our spotters over here, Rob Mudd and Greg Ployer, back when they used to play. They used to do the tire drill. Get your feet out of the tires, up and down, up and down.
Rouse up the middle, met right away, gain of about 2.
Hand off to Eli Rouse.
Tackle by Van Pelt.
Mason Van Pelt.
Third down.
So 3rd down and 5. 1:45 left in the third. Wildcats still lead.
Bringing a little heavy package here. PC's in as Hedrick checks out.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gatchel rolls out to the right side. He's looking, still looking, fires, goes through the hands of the receiver. Incomplete.
Pass intended for number
Jacob Luster, the intended receiver.
Yeah, just went right through his hands, and it was right there. Good ball by Mason. Good route by Luster. Just went through his hands. But, again, getting Mason in space, rolling him out. But we got to get some more yardage. We got to get a first down or two, keep our defense off the field, because right now they're keeping us in the ballgame.
Ward the punt. Gets it off. Great punt, fair catch called. Caught around the 28-yard line.
That was a really good punt there by Ward. You got to love the punters and the kickers with the 54s and the 99s. And they're not the little guys. They're the beefy guys, right? That's just good football.
Anytime I think about that, I think of Iowa State had a kicker, Andrew Mevis. Dude was a thick guy. Missouri's got his brother, and I don't know if anybody's watched Missouri football, but that kicker is a unit as well. I know there's someone listening to the stream right now down in Columbia who knows what I'm talking about.
Okay. His last name's Mevis?
Mevis.
Mevis, not like Beavis.
No.
Okay.
We've
not like the MTV show.
Yes, but the announcers did make fun of him for that.
Mevis and Butthead. Yeah,
yep.
I remember watching that.
So Wildcats with the ball. Mattson looking to throw on the first play. Hedrick was pressuring him. He rolls around, and he's finally brought down for a tackle by number
Sampson.
18, Brody Sampson, loss of 5.
Good stick-to-itiveness there from the Bombers. You know, Mattson kind of making like a little Houdini there and got loose, but we just stuck with it. Credit to our down-the-field coverage in our secondary right now.
So loss of about 5 brings up 2nd down and long. Bomber defense able to put on the pressure so far here in the second half. Ball is caught. Gain of 9. Jackson Dodd with the reception, tackle by Jackson Waka. So 3rd down, another huge 3rd down. Each 3rd down the Bomber defense has is huge because they're down by 1 point.
Absolutely. Going forward, every 3rd down's big, and it's 3rd and long. Here's the deal. You can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up, but if the ball's caught in front of you, rally to the tackle, wrap him up, stick him to the ground.
So that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
13. Humboldt 14, getting ready to start the 4th quarter play.
14-13 is the score. Humboldt Wildcats with the lead. They're looking to go 2-0. I guess both teams are looking to go 2-0 on their records. Both teams undefeated heading into this game after winning their opening games last week. Bombers looking to have another second half comeback. Results in a victory. They did last week against Pella. And it all starts here with a 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Brock. I mean, we're here in the final 12 minutes, down by 1 with a chance to win the football game yet. And our defense has really shown up and showed out here in the second half so far. But this is probably the biggest 3rd down of the game. We've had some big ones, but this is probably by far the biggest one. Rally to the football, wrap up, tackle. Play smart. Watch the ball here. We don't want to do anything foolish. Don't want to jump off sides. Make it a little third and shorter.
What do you do here if you're the Ballard defense? You bring pressure or you back off?
Well, we got, what is it, third and about 7, third and a long 7. Right now, I'm going to go with what's been working. I'm probably going to bring pressure, and it's going to be maybe a half a tick delayed if we can get it timed, and I'd probably bring it through the middle.
We'll see what they do here.
Maybe look for Jack Nelson here.
3rd down and 7. Bombers looking to get the ball back on the offensive side with a stop here. Madsen looking to throw. Overthrows Detman, so that falls incomplete. It will be 4th down, and it looks like they're going to bring out the punt team.
And if you noticed, Nelson came on pressure, and we brought it right up the middle because you got to make your quarterback, you got to make Madsen uncomfortable trying to stand in there. He's not a very big guy in stature, so if you can put pressure on him right up the middle, get him out on the edge where we've got Sampson and Waka, we'll take our chances there. Big punt return here now for Rouse. As the great Keith Jackson would say, whoa, Nelly.
Rebel, the punter. Rouse back deep.
Get away from it. Get away from it, everybody. Get away. He touched it. You can touch it now.
So spotted around the 48, close to the 50.
I was nervous there, Brock. I don't know if you could tell in my voice, but I thought for sure that was going to jump up and hit one of our guys. I didn't know where it was at.
You're talking to a guy that cheers for Cardinal and Gold every Saturday.
That's true. That's spoken like a true
I've seen that before. I'm like,
oh, that's right. That's right.
They've lost the game off of that before.
That was maybe an Iowa game.
We don't talk about that.
Okay, we won't talk about that. That's fair. We'll bring it up next week.
Sat through a lot of rain on that, and just for that to happen. But, hey, happens.
2-back set here for the Bombers.
Rouse now in motion. They hand it to Hedrick. He's trying to fight off, able to break a tackle, and he turned a small gain into a gain of 8 for the Bombers to start off this drive. Great effort right there from Hedrick.
That's a good hard run by Rhett. Comes off a little gimpy, but boy, was that a good run. Looks like he might have a little cramping issue going on. Boy, had him stopped and just kept those legs moving. Bombers in good shape here on 2nd and short.
It is crazy how some of those running backs are able to do that when it looks like they're getting stopped, able to find a way to fight for the extra yardage. 2nd down and 2. Hand off to Rouse. He runs to the right side, looking to cut up. Gain of about 2. He might be an inch short. We'll see what they call here.
Looks like we're going to get a spot maybe. Oh, 1st down.
1st down for the Bombers.
We'll take it, by golly.
Good enough range for the Bomber 1st down. Ball sitting on the 43-yard line with a fresh set of downs.
Big Henry Christensen checking in the game, probably in that H-back position, bringing the play in. Look for something behind him here possibly. Got an ace set, running 2 tight ends.
Ball on the 43. Handoff up the middle is Rouse. He's looking to break free, and he just takes a couple defenders with him for a gain of 15.
Tell you what, we found something there in the ace set with that 2 tight ends because we're getting to our double teams and we're comboing onto those linebackers, and Eli's not getting touched till he's about 6 yards down the field, and you give him that much momentum, he's going to be hard to bring down. Really good play call there.
And you can see the energy from the sideline. They're feeling it. They need something here. They're looking for a touchdown. Down 1 in the 4th quarter of play. Huge drive for the Bombers. 1st down and 10, ball on the 28. Gatchel hands it to Rouse. He's met right away by a swarm of Wildcats. No gain.
Looks like that was maybe 25 on the tackle there. Grote on the tackle there for the Wildcats. And Bombers ran a little counter tray action there, pulled a couple of guys, and there was nothing there. Out of that ace set again, we'll see if we stay in it. We are running 2 tight ends again.
Another handoff to Rouse. He is met right away. Think he may have gained 1.
Dealman Like Dealman was in on that tackle for the Wildcats. Wildcats defense playing a little more downhill right now. You got to do something here to shake it up. I would say, again, 4-down territory here, so you're looking at this play to set up the next one if you're the Bombers. Got a wholesale change coming in. Bringing out the beef and putting in some skill guys. Look for a spread formation here. Actually, we've got 20 personnel out there.
4 seconds on the play clock, which results in a timeout called by the Ballard Bombers. I think that's their second. Yep, second called of the second half. So they have one remaining, down one in this crucial offensive possession. I want to give a shout out again to our main sponsor this season for the Ballard Network Flight Bar and Grill. They help, provide the stream service that we have for free for your enjoyment all season. That includes middle school events as well as JV freshman games, and as always, our varsity events that we have play-by-play commentary. I know you got a volleyball game coming up next week that you're very excited for.
We do. I am, and we also got to give a shout out for some of these athletic boosters. We got a Chick-fil-A sponsor the game tonight here out of Ames. Ryan and Tari Thompson do a good job with just getting involved in all of the booster club stuff and providing meals for the kids and doing a lot of fun things for. Actually, we got packed the gym night next Thursday night for volleyball. A couple of these other guys, shout out to Huxcom, Current Electric, Precision Underground, Carroll Family Chiropractic, Bud's Auto Repair, all these guys. Without these big boosters, well, we got a big third down here.
Gatchel looking to throw. Fires it through the hands of Gibson, falls incomplete.
Oh, my.
Brings up fourth down.
Couple of balls here that Mason has thrown pretty decent here in the second half, just been through their hands, maybe a little too much zip on them. Like the play call getting him in space. And, there's, as Mason gets more comfortable with running this offense and within himself, there's an opportunity for him to run the football a little bit here.
They only got 14 seconds on the play clock. We're getting to 10 seconds, so they might have to use their last timeout. 7. They're going quickly. They look lost. 2 seconds. They need to get it off. Yet Howard's calling timeout. They didn't call a timeout. This play is going to be called a delay of game or some kind of, as there's flags. I'm sorry. I'm really confused what's going on.
I'm not sure either, because if it is delay of game, then the play never should have happened.
Because, and one of the head coaches, Kyle Howard, was calling timeout.
Or we are in illegal formation again.
He was. I'm not gonna try to complain about the officials, but Coach Howard was calling timeout, and he's not someone that gets frustrated with officials, but he just took his headset off and he is not happy.
Correct, but regardless of that, that's our fourth illegal formation penalty tonight. We got to get that cleaned up, and we will. However, we just can't have it happen. And we flipped the field. It's a 1-point game. We're 8:30 though. The time's ticking away here. We need a big play from the defense. They've been showing up all night. Hopefully they can stay with it here. We get a big play, maybe a turnover, a quick 3 and out. Give our offense a chance to score.
First down for Humboldt. Trouble with the snap. Matson looking to get around, still fighting. He's able to get, I think, back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, boy, he made something out of nothing there.
I think they're going to say a loss of 1. And we got a player down.
Red Hedrick.
Down. Just a cramp, it looks like.
Second 11, timeout.
Who is that down? Is that Henry? It's like it's Henry Christensen down. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Christensen down. Hedrick with a tackle. We did see Rhett come off earlier with a little bit of a cramp in his calf, and it looks like Henry's got the same thing. Again, don't want to speculate, but it's positive. He's on his feet, limping off.
So tackle of a loss of 1.
It's a good play there by Matson to get out of that. Put the ball on the turf and still managed to make something out of kind of nothing.
Quarterback Cohen Matson He's had a great night tonight for the Wildcats alongside Detman, the wide receiver that he's been feeding the ball to a lot tonight. They connected on a touchdown late in the second quarter. Helps with their 1-point lead here in the fourth. Second down and 11. Matson takes the snap. He's pressured right away, fires the ball, able to complete it to Dodd. Pickup of 8.
Schoen. Dylan Schoen.
Pass play is complete to number 18, Dodd.
Oh, tackled by Dylan Schoen.
Yep, 19, Dylan Schoen, sophomore showing up there. Now another big third down here for the Bombers. This might be the biggest one of the game now.
Matson runs to the right side, design run, and he is wrapped up.
And he's just going to be short.
Gain of 1, so
Up when they need it the most.
got to watch this punter, though. He likes to delay getting the ball off, and with it being 4th and 2, this kind of, I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie.
Absolutely. No, he kind of takes it on. Like a little Vegas-style punt, what we used to call it. I don't know if they've got something, maybe rugby style is what they call it. Gives him the option if he does want to run it, but
gets it off right to Rouse. He catches it at the 40-yard line.
Catch by Eli Rouse.
Gets past the 50 and tackled right away by number 61.
39. We're 1st and 10 from our own 25 probably.
So still 14-13 here in the fourth quarter. We're getting to crunch time. Bombers need to get some points here if they want to win this one. Pitch to Rouse over to the right side. He fights his way up the middle for a gain of 5 before he's brought down by number 53 or 57, Jack Guy.
Jack Guy, who is that guy? It's Jack, that's what they say.
So it brings up 2nd down and 5.
Just got to put together a drive, and we got to get points right here.
Crucial possession for the Bombers.
Wildcats with 3 down linemen here on the defensive side.
Hand off to Hedrick. He fights his way up the middle. Able to gain 3, so it brings up 3rd down and 2. Tackled by Van Pelt.
Ball carries number 5, Rhett Hedrick. Hedrick is met by 8, Mason Van Pelt.
Now we got a big 3rd down here for the Bomber offense. I'll give a hats off to the Humboldt Wildcats defense. They have played outstanding tonight, forcing 5 turnovers, and they've been on the field a decent portion of this game, and they're kind of bend, don't break right now. But Bombers need to get a 1st down here and keep the chains moving.
3rd down and 2. Handoff. Hedrick up the middle. Looks like they're going to give him the 1st down. We'll see here. Gain of 2. So 1st down for the Bombers.
Hedrick getting some action here. Rouse is getting stretched out on the sideline. Might have a little cramping going on for Eli. Again, don't want to speculate, but that's just what we can see from up here above the Crow's Nest on a beautiful evening.
Turned out to be a great night for football. 1st down. Bombers with the ball. Trouble with the snap, and Gatchel just falls on it.
They brought pressure. Just mishandled the snap. Good job keeping the possession. But now we got 2nd and long. Puts us behind the chains.
You look at time and situation. Under 5 minutes. Bombers only have 1 timeout. This might be the last opportunity for a legit possession where you don't have to force anything.
Right. To stay within yourself and your game plan. I agree, Brock. That's a really good analysis by you. And you're right. With 4:30 on the clock, you've got some 4-minute offense stuff, and you can keep every play still alive here as far as in your playbook.
Gatchel looking to throw. Finds Landy. Looks like a screen pass. Ball's loose, so they will call it incomplete. So it'll bring up 3rd down and about 13.
Incomplete pass intended for Landy falls incomplete. Going to bring up 3rd down.
Look for something here down the seam as we're right in the middle of the field here, Brock. I'm looking for, we could look at Fleischman down here on the bottom side here. Landy spread out wide.
Gatchel looking to throw. Fires the ball, has a person open. Sidness was thrown just behind him and will fall incomplete. That was fourth down, right?
It's decision time.
Oh, no,
it was
that was
third down. Now it's fourth down.
24, Sidness falls incomplete. Gonna bring it fourth down.
This is not ideal.
Looks like we're going to go for it here. Unless we see a quick punt maybe.
Wildcats defense pumping up their student section.
Big fourth down here.
Making noise. It's the Wildcat student section, fourth down. Play action. Gatchel fires it deep. He has a man. Incomplete. Landy was looking for a flag.
Wow.
Nothing's called. So coaches are looking for a flag. And that will be a turnover on downs.
That's a tough one to swallow if you're a Bomber fan right there, because there was a lot of contact down the field. You don't want to leave it up to chance to the officials. However, 4 minutes to go here. We get a stop. We'll see what happens. We took a shot down the field. Again, decent ball by Gatchel. Obviously pretty good coverage there from the Wildcats. As a Bomber fan up here and the rest of the people in the crowd, we're looking for a penalty. Didn't get it. Again, on to the next play here for the Bomber defense. See if we can't get a turnover. Be a big one here.
4:02 left. Madsen runs to the left side. He is wrapped up right away by Jack Nelson. No gain. So the clock starts to run.
This is where it's tick, 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 tick.
2 plays could decide the game.
Absolutely. We got to get off the field here.
Having camera issues, so we'll keep you on the call as Madsen tried to take it up the middle. Doesn't gain anything.
Right now, the Bomber defense and the pursuit of the football is a thing of beauty because we're getting to it from the backside. It's like we might have a little crampage going up on the field, but third and long now. A little over 3 minutes to go. We got to get off the field here on third down. But again, the Bombers' pursuit of the ball and the defensive line play by the Bombers has been nothing short of extraordinary tonight.
We're under 2 minutes. Third down and 10. First down could end it. Hand off to Peterson. He is wrapped up right away by a bunch of defensive linemen and a quick timeout. And you know what? I think Coach Howard was making a statement by how loud he was calling timeout right there because
he may
called one earlier in the offensive series and they didn't call anything, which resulted in a flag. Fourth down and 10.
Need a decent punt return. Called our last timeout. We had the guy on the far side, Judge, was winding the clock. But again, we may have gotten away with one as we had a little extracurricular behind the play, but there was no flag on that play. But now with 2:32 to go and no timeouts, again, we talked about it last week with Gatchel in his first career start at Pella, baptism by fire. Now you're going to run a 2-minute drill here, and you got to have your best stuff. You got to have your best stuff. Starts with.
In all honesty, though, this is the type of things that young players live for. They want to be put in these situations because that's what you at least dream of. When you're a kid, you want to be in that 2-minute drive. You get a chance to make the game-winning play or whatever it may be. And I know this team, and I've called a lot of games for Ballard Athletics, and I mean, it truly is not over until it hits 000s on the game clock.
Absolutely. If we can just get a decent punt return here from Rouse, get us in decent field position and see what happens.
Ooh, the lucky bounce for the Wildcats, and it's going to get stopped around the 12-yard line, and that was worst-case scenario.
Yep, that was absolutely worst-case scenario if you're a Bomber fan. That was exactly what if you could say what do we not want to happen, that was it right there. But now we're going to have to go 88 yards in 2 minutes and 28 seconds and see what can happen.
Well, I saw them go 95 yards in 13 seconds.
Well, that's true, Brock.
On a kickoff,
that was a kickoff, yeah.
We'll see what they do here on the offense, though.
Clean slate here for Gatchel. Everything that's happened has been in the past.
Gatchel looking to throw on the first play. He fires, and it could be intercepted. It is. That might do it right there as the ball is intercepted.
Just threw it right into coverage.
Mason Van Pelt with the INT, and that might do it.
Yep. That is, unless we can get a turnover here, but I don't think as far as clock goes, it might be a moot point here.
Definitely contradicting what I said a couple seconds ago, where it ain't over until triple zeros. But man, this is going to be a tough thing to be able to overcome. We'll see if they can poke a ball loose.
Unbalanced here.
Matson runs to the left side. He's got a lane. Guess he'll take it.
Yeah, and the play might be to actually let Humboldt try to score here and go down by 8 and give yourself a chance with, you know, a minute 40 on the clock.
At this point, that might be the best move. I don't know if that's
not
what
what you
we'll
want to
do.
do.
Yeah.
It's not what you want to coach your kids to do, but as far as having a chance to still possibly win the game.
Yes.
And to Humboldt's credit, if they're smart enough, just like we saw in the Super Bowl last year, when McKinnon went down instead of scoring,
yep,
he put the game away. So
hand off to Peterson up the middle. And that will be a first down, 1:32 left as the clock
now
stops.
they can probably run the clock out here. All they'll have to do is kneel on the football, I believe.
I think a couple players wanted them to score.
I mean, and really, again, you go down by 8. It is a force of habit. It's not something you want to coach you guys. You want to, you know, but as far as what the game calls for as the flow, you know, but hindsight's 20/20, and we've had plenty of opportunities throughout the evening. And it was just turnovers and penalties hurt us, and turnovers just hurt us.
So timeout is called. 1:01 left.
I will say this though, Brock, as we've watched the game and it hasn't gone the way we wanted it. There's some good stuff here with this Bomber squad. We go down to Creston next week, and we can get a win down there. That'd be big. And then we'll have a tough one at DCG the week after. But there's good things to build off of here. We just got to limit the turnovers. You give us 2 turnovers tonight, and we're probably winning this football game. And give us half as many penalties, and we're right there. Those are things that can be cleaned up in practice, but we just got to get our guy. We got to get 15. We got to get 1-5 to stay in the game and keep his head in it and say, hey, this is a bad one. Not my best game. Well, we got next week. That's the beauty about football. Until the last game of the season, which there can only be one team that wins that one, right? But there's always one to look forward to. And so you got to have a short memory, kind of like myself, as a guy out in – you just got to have a short memory here if you're Mason and if you're the Bombers and stay together, as we continue on, because there's a lot of winnable football games left on our schedule, and our defense is as good as it comes right now.
Well, just turned to September, and in the spirit of the band's performance of a bunch of Green Day songs, I don't know, it might be a month where I want to wake me up when September ends.
Wake me up when September ends, but it's only the first of the month. I like that reference, Brock. And again, this is a tough one for the Bombers because we were right there and had every opportunity to win this football game against a really solid Humboldt Wildcat team.
So the clock is ticking, still 10 seconds left on the clock, but in a couple of minutes it will go final. The Humboldt Wildcats walk into Rich Strauss Field and beat the Bombers on their home opener of the 2023 season.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit lost for words here, Brock, because we need to be better in certain aspects of the game. And again, I think this is something we can learn from and we can get better from. And these are fixable problems, right? And we had a couple guys go down a little bit tonight here in the second half with some cramps and stuff, but these guys are playing a ton of minutes, and it's been hot this week. It's going to be hotter this next week. But if you're a Bomber player and you're Boss Creston, but we've got enough players, enough talent, and enough heart to go down there and beat those guys, come away and be 2-1 and figure it out. But just clean ourselves up a little bit, right? And pick ourselves up off the turf here tonight, dust ourselves off, say, hey, we turned it over too many times, we had too many penalties. On to the next one, right? On to the next one.
On to the next one, indeed. Bombers are on the road next week against Creston. Another great football team. Should be another battle, but Bombers will be in it. You can tell this team is going to fight in every game. They're going to be in every game, no matter what the talent difference is, if there is a big talent difference between the two programs. Well, either way, Bombers are 1-1. Could be worse.
Could be worse, could be better. And again, a lot of positives that we saw tonight on the field. And we're going to dwell on the negatives because that's human nature. But I can tell you right now, if you're a Bomber player, coach, fan, don't hang your head because we can win some football games this year. And I'm looking forward to the season. If we can get a night like tonight every night from here on out when we get to call a game, there ain't no place I'd rather be.
Trust me, it hits October and it gets worse.
Brock, you don't got to bring me down like that, okay? We don't got to dwell on the negatives, Brock. That's what we just said. Okay.
Not trying to stay negative, but 14-13 is the final score. Bombers unfortunately fall to 1-1. Humboldt improves to 2-0. Bombers on the road at Creston next week, and then the following week we will be back here in Rich Strauss Field for Ballard versus DCG. As always, our streams are sponsored by Flight Bar and Grill. They helped us keep these streams free for the year for all your enjoyment throughout the season, all the seasons, including middle school, JV, freshman, and the varsity levels. Any last comments before we sign off?
Well, again, it's a pleasure being up here with you, Brock. I appreciate you letting me do this. And as we move forward, it's only week 2. It's a marathon of a football season, not a sprint. Again, we've got plenty of talent on that field down there. We made some great adjustments at halftime tonight on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, we just got to figure out who we are. We know who we are with running the football. We just got to get Mason Gatchell some confidence, put him in some good spots, and I think the future's super bright for this year for the Bombers as we move forward.
Well said. 14-13 final score. Humboldt wins. Bombers fall to 1-1. Again, on the road next week at Creston. Following week, we will be back here at facing DCG. For Tim Davis, I'm Brock Bierman, as well as Dan Ingsler and all of our spotters and crew that has helped us out tonight. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for supporting the Ballard Network. Presented by Flight Bar and Grill.